Hello everyone, welcome back to Mediak, and I am very tired. I got off work last night at about 3 o'clock, but you know what? We're thriving, we're surviving, and we're going to be watching and talking about the movie The Witch by Robert Eggers. I thought it was Edgars for the longest time. At the end of the movie, G said, no, it's EGG, like Eggy from, the one TV show that I was with, Duncan and Eggy. That's funny. I like that. That was a dumb joke to start off the podcast, but you know what? We are committing. That's just kind of how it is. I don't feel like starting over. I know it's only like 30 seconds, but like, whatever. I got Chandler, Cassie, Skylar, Austin, Zach over here. I forgot to turn the light on. Oh my god, this is the worst start of any episode that we've ever had. And I was indeed the last person to join the podcast, so today I have to do the, shut up. I thought that it might not even count, because I might have been the last one to join the Discord, but almost everyone didn't have their cameras or audio on.
Make more clear rules. That's on you.
Right, that is true. I
was just drinking my coffee.
Hey, I mean, you guys took advantage of the rules. It's not my fault that I wasn't very clear on them, so it's okay. Stay tuned to after the review if you guys want to hear some movie-related news and other stuff. We have some pretty interesting news this week, if I'm not mistaken. At least one thing that Skylar is going to freaking lose his lid over, so I'm excited to talk about that. There's one thing I'm going to lose my lid over, and then there's one other thing that's like very... There's an AI-related thing that I really, really, really want to hear everyone's opinions on, so I'm very excited for that, and if you're interested in hearing our opinions on that, or even what the hell it is, stay tuned to movie news. Does anyone want to... You guys had some reactions before we started here. Did you guys have anything burning to say before I get into this summary, or am I going to rip it?
I want to say one thing. I'm just going to say in advance, I'm a little bit sorry, Zach. I feel like I can see how this is going to go, and I just want to say I'm sorry in advance.
So, okay, before I go into the summary, Robert Eggers is my favorite director of all time. Whenever I finished watching this movie, it was like basically the only thought that I had. I watched it on Wednesday. I texted Skylar on Thursday, and I said, I think it was Thursday, and I said, like, he's my favorite director. I don't think anyone is going to like this movie, but it made me have like a giant smile at the end of it, and I hope that you guys have fun. I also warned him. I said Lily might hate this movie.
What?
Yeah.
Another part was, I guarantee you nobody else has watched this movie and reacted the same way that I have. And then he left. He left it like that.
I said I've done something that I don't think anyone in the history of the podcast has ever done, nor ever will do. Does anyone have any guesses as what that is? Yes?
Enjoyed this movie.
I watched it 3 times.
Oh,
3 times?
3 times.
In totality?
In totality, I watched it from beginning to end 3 whole times.
like this week leading up.
Yes, this week.
Why?
Yeah. I watched it on Wednesday, and I couldn't get it out of my head, so I watched it Friday morning while I was working. And then last night, I was really bored and really tired, so at like 1 a.m, while I was waiting for golf to keep going, I was like, well, I have 3 hours, so I'm just gonna watch it again. So that it's on the top of my head going into the podcast, because I watched a lot of movies this week, so I was like, I want to make sure that this is the most recent movie I've watched before going into the podcast.
This is the epitome of free will.
I loved it. I have problems with the movie, but there's just so much detail in it that like every single time I watched it, I noticed something else. Like at 1 a.m, I texted Skylar and I said, remind me to write this down. And it was just like another aspect of the movie that I was like, man, that's like more detail. It's good stuff. Damn, you guys really hated it that much? Holy crap, dude. I cannot believe that. It's so
You just say, first of all, you got to do your summary.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So
Filibustering over here.
a family notices corruption within a church, so they decide to leave and live on their own. The area in which they decided to live happened to have been absolutely flooded with gothic monsters. By that I mean the witches. And then the devil proceeds to torture the family to see how many of them he can corrupt by the end of the movie, he corrupts one. That's my summary.
What?
What?
He corrupts one?
Yeah, he corrupts Anya Taylor-Joy. He just kills the other one. I mean, the mother. Actually, technically, he corrupts two because the mother's corrupt. What?
So all the other people are like,
Oh, that's right. 'Cause she
they're
saw
good?
the
Like
book.
everyone else is going to heaven.
The dad is definitely going to heaven. 100%. He's like the nicest one. He's like almost pure. In the end, that's his like final moment. He thinks that
For real?
yeah, either he can fight against the goat or die. And he's like, corruption, thou art my father. And he didn't really do any like. So he
He did
caused
steal the cup and he
yeah,
took the
but
kids to the woods
yeah,
and blamed
that-
it all on his daughter.
theft was his sin, and same with lying. But compared to everything else, everything he did was in the name of God and also in the name of his family. His decision is what killed the family because in this world, the Bible's taken quite literally, like every aspect of it, even the bullshit ones that you're like, this isn't a rule. Like, why would I, if I break this, am I really going to hell? In this world, yes, you are. If you break this rule, you are going to hell. And I quite enjoyed that because the dad left the church because it was corrupt, and he follows the word of God so to the T that whenever he noticed this corruption, he didn't think it was worth it to practice his religion underneath of that church. But because of how ingrained in like hard focus the rules of the Bible are in this world, it's better to be underneath of a corrupt church than to be left to your own devices with the devil out there. And I just thought, like, even though all of his choices were to better his family, and even though he couldn't hunt or do anything that like a good protector and provider could do, he just was like, this is what I think is right because God has told me so. And then he died. And then he refused to fight the goat even at the end there. Corruption, thou art my father.
He got stabbed by a blunt weapon. Like
The devil! It's the devil! He got stabbed by the
I
devil!
didn't even hear that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the weapon was blunt. It's literally the devil. It could have been like a fist that went through him. But it's simple.
Oh, you mean the horns?
Yeah.
Horns?
The horns were like that, like curled backwards. How'd he get stabbed by that?
It went like that and hooked it up into his stomach.
And it curls into itself. And like there's no physical way that he could get stabbed like that.
I don't think that's true. I'm sure people have been stabbed and died to goats like that.
But I mean, if it's like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you can't like.
well, yeah, but
it
the
wouldn't
goat
work.
can put his
You
head
really
all the
can't.
way down so that the curves are up, and then put it up so
It's-
it like curves into it.
Oh,
If the swirl of like the spike is past like a circle, like if it goes past 365 or 360 degrees, then there's no way that you can be stabbed
But
by
it's
it.
not.
If it's
Like,
pointed
isn't it
towards the
not?
center.
They're not. They are curved for sure, but the end is still pretty straight and pointy. Like he would have had to dip his head pretty low, but it is pierceable.
I'm
Really
thinking
intellectual
in my mind, he needed to like do a front flip in order to
He
stab.
did. He would have. You're right. He had to be like
I looked-
That's what I
horizontal,
mean.
upside
I'm
down.
like,
I looked it up, and Zach is correct. They do that motion. It's called hooking. It's the sweeping motion where they go down and force a stab action instead of just going with their blunt headbutt. And that's how. And it said it can be a lethal piercing weapon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's to an extent, like to how much they're curved.
In this
Like, I
situation,
get the
his
idea.
head would have to be completely like upside down for the horns to be. Otherwise,
His like nose is against the ground. I mean, again, they probably didn't want the goat to really stab the actor in that
Yeah.
moment, so they probably just were like,
Well,
"Let's do it enough so
nitpicking.
it looks like it."
I was like, this actually isn't something I need to nitpick. I can nitpick a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna
of
say like this. I was sitting there in silent for that little bit, just thinking to myself like, "Why are we talking?" Like, that wasn't even in like the top 30 problems I thought you guys would have with this movie.
That was a warm up. That's pretty nice because we're supposed to be positives, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know about you guys, but like,
I mean,
I have two things on my list.
It's so good.
Positive.
all the
I-
negatives, compared to all the
I have so many
negatives,
positives.
that might be a positive.
I liked
we want to
how.
start negatives then, since we're kind of already here.
No, what the fuck? I still have things to talk about. I still have things I would like to talk about positively with this movie.
Hey, Zach,
yeah,
I think
just
your
get
mic
them
is kind of peaking. You keep cutting
Yeah.
out.
'Cause I'm
Not gonna lie,
yelling.
you do it.
keep it in a normal octave if possible.
'Cause
Like,
I
I haven't got to the part where that's gonna make you mad yet.
I
I think
like-
the next few weeks of movies are just going to be us dogging on Zach.
There's no way it's gonna
Director.
get worse than this.
No, Dunkirk's good. Northman's good.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
excited for this. I'm excited for this.
The Northman
And
is
come back,
objectively
boom.
better than this movie, though. The Northman, in my opinion, is like a near perfect movie. I think there's like 3 big things that I don't like about this movie, but other than that, I loved it. I thought it was great. Everything like connected together in such a great way. I love the way that Robert Eggers shoots. Oh, one big complaint was specifically, this is streaming services in general, specifically HBO Max. Why do they upload the worst quality version of whatever movie it is to the streaming sites? The audio mixing on HBO Max was so bad, I just couldn't watch it because the dialogue and the score were not in tune in the slightest. The dialogue was like
Really?
silent as a mouse, and the score was like the loudest thing you've ever heard on this planet. I had to switch and watch it through my like cable box. It just really pissed me off. On my phone, it seemed fine whenever I watched it at work, but while I was watching it at home, I was just like punching the TV for a minute there.
Did anyone have to watch with subtitles on?
I did.
I watched the
It took
subtitles
me
my
like
second
5
time.
minutes to need to turn them on.
Yeah, seriously.
I did, but not because I needed them, but because Lily wanted them.
Did anyone watch it on HBO like you did, Zach?
Yeah, the second.
So the subtitles,
told me not to,
did they
but-
move for you guys?
Yes, they did. Yeah, from the center to the left.
That's mine was just like left, right, center, like it was all over the place.
Really? Huh.
It
Mine
was
were
never fixed.
center every single time.
Sky,
You
did
on the
yours?
cable box
Mine
though?
moved
Mine
as
were in the
well.
Yeah.
middle.
Sky,
That
you're
was
on the
like
cable
mine.
box, right?
Mine moved sporadically.
started on
it was
cable
very
box.
difficult.
And then Lily
trying
wanted to
to
watch
read.
on HBO, so we swapped. We
What
did
is
the
that?
reverse.
What does that even mean? What, like she didn't like?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The
There.
one version that we found on the cable box, the background sound would cut out every time an actor was not talking.
Interesting.
Oh.
Like we noticed it Lily noticed it from like the beginning, which was kind of crazy because there wasn't a lot of background noise from the beginning, at least that I remember. And it was whenever we got to the river. Whenever I
Thompson
forget
and the
their
boy.
name. Yeah,
Okay.
they were talking. We'd
Yeah.
hear the river flow. The second they weren't talking, it was dead silent.
Ugh,
Yes, so we swapped.
that's weird. That was fine on
Yeah, it
my
was weird.
version. The subtitles were weird on the cable box version for me though. Like sometimes did you like whenever they did sounds, for some reason there was just like a typo every time there was like a sound being made. There was like it was like 9-pound runts instead of grunts, which was really funny. I quite enjoyed that. That made me giggle a good amount. All right. I don't know if I should say the next thing I was gonna say because that seems like something summary related. However, as Chandler's middle school English teacher would say, don't introduce something in the summary.
Exactly.
I just love Robert Edgar's style of writing and directing. How like the entire movie is just, at least for me as someone who appreciates good filmmaking, it's stress. Not in the aspect of what's happening in the movie, but because of how much was introduced in the movie and how at one point, in my opinion, whenever I watch these movies, I think to myself, how the hell is this going to wrap up in a satisfying way? And when it did, I just was like, I love it. Like all of the plot lines converged and it just felt great. I know, Austin, you disagree with it, but like that devil scene is... Wait, deliciously. Oh,
Cut out.
it's so good. I don't care. I don't even care. I was whispering that time, so that one makes more sense.
We missed all of it. It was just.
I just was whispering what the devil was saying. It just is so good, dude.
I hope they're recording
It was
our
so
perspective.
I think it most likely did.
Clip it. Sky,
Oh my
right at the time. Clip it.
Just the complete silence. Then
That's exactly what it was. Oh my god. The devil scene was cool. I'll give you that. Mostly.
I think the mom might have. So I have a couple of theories related to like how and what caused the focus of corruption. Because like obviously it was the little terrible. I was gonna insult them, but like I don't know. They probably were corrupted well before they even knew what words
They
were.
were bad people. They were corrupted throughout this movie. They sucked from the beginning. Like what are you talking about? Even the dad was the nicest of the bunch, but he sucks. Like he's like a bad father. Sorry, I'm getting into the negatives, but like
I don't think he was necessarily bad until the witchcraft started happening, because it was only whenever he was back and forth on whether Thomasin was actually a witch or not, whenever he was getting upset with her.
He was a religious fanatic that basically caused his family to die because of his beliefs.
In 1630, who isn't a religious fanatic?
He left the other religious fanatics.
Because the church was corrupt. He was doing what he thought was right in the name of God.
Church being corrupt, protecting your family.
Dude, how the hell would he have known that he was going to go into the witch woods, bro? Like, he just was...
It's not the witch woods. He left to be alone. They couldn't even get corn, man. They couldn't get bread.
Well, they couldn't get corn
starving.
because the dozens of witches were coming in and stealing their crops and taking their hunt.
You don't know what he's doing. You don't know what
Guys,
he's doing.
I have a question for
Yeah,
everyone.
I have an answer.
I'm gonna reel it back into our favorite bit really quick. Who's a better father, this guy or Jake Sully?
This guy's easily a better father than Jake Sully.
No. I think Jake could go a couple steps farther and continue to beat his children and still be a better father than this guy.
That has to be bait. You're making a joke right now. There's no way.
No, I'm not. I'm actually this guy is an awful human being. Like,
that's just not true. The only bad thing he did was not defend Thomasin at the table, and he attempted to. He just wasn't on.
My point. Like he took his family to the woods because he believed the book wasn't being followed how he wanted the book to be followed.
Austin, if every single person thought that, he just was like, I think that is a dumb response. I understand that his thing is what condemned them.
Like, would you do that? Would you leave society and hurt your family because of your own beliefs? Do you think that's a good?
He doesn't think it's his own beliefs. He thinks that's literally how the world works.
He thinks that's what I'm saying. He thinks it's his perspective, and he puts that much weight on it.
I understand that, but it's not like he's deliberately being a bad person. He's just following his beliefs. Like, and it's not even like that. It's not even like it's evil. He's just saying that they're being evil. The people in the city that he's in are being evil, and he doesn't want to be around that evil anymore. So he leaves. You know, it's like if you go to Chicago and you're like, "Oh, this is Chicago. I need to get out of here." So you leave.
Chen, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. It's probably the only chance I'll get to actually say something before it gets out of control again. I would have to argue Jake Sully's a far better parent. He actually protects his kids and doesn't lock them in whatever that was outside that cat like that.
Thank you.
I don't like. He didn't have to deal with witchcraft and lying from both sides from his little demon children.
There weren't witches.
Yes, they were. The kids were corrupt from the beginning.
Not from their perspective. They had no reason to believe that there were witches until the end of the movie. He locked his kids in a pen, dude.
Dude. The son literally coughed up a golden apple. Of course he thought there was some witchcraft going on. The mother thought that from the beginning. The son literally was crying for Jesus and then died. And he's like, I think you fucking did it, Thomasin. And obviously she didn't. It was a little bastards. But like, come on. There was 100% witchcraft going on. If not weird stuff that he couldn't explain.
This man is defending the Salem witch trials. Like,
no,
what are we
literally not.
He
didn't even kill Thomasin. He did not kill Thomasin. He was in between on ideas because the kids. There was all the evidence of the movie was supposed to show that Thomasin might be a witch. In reality, it actually was the children, and she was like giving the evidence that the little twins were actually the devil, and the father and the mother couldn't decide whether it was the twins or Thomasin. So he was like, "I'm gonna let God decide."
Dude, Zach, I gotta say, with the red background, it's not painted. It makes you look like the villain here. Just saying.
I don't care. I don't care.
I didn't think we were going to argue on this part, to be honest. This is crazy to me. Sky?
I'm with Zach. Jake Sully's 100% worse. I don't know. This guy is not bad.
Sky, you're in this for the bit. What has Jake Sully done that is equivalent to locking your kids in a pen outside with the ghost?
It's a completely different situation. Okay, he like get upset at them. And
I'm not doing that.
He literally told,
even if they are possessed by the devil, and I know that for sure.
He told his son that it was his fault that his other son died, which objectively is true, but you shouldn't do that.
He did.
You tell your kids that.
That was under no pressure. Jake did that under zero pressure. But in this, he's getting pressure from both sides. Both of his sons just died to witchcraft, and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave you guys in a thing overnight.
Son's died because he was a bad dad.
When did Jake Sully see the mom like berate the daughter, and then instead of staying with the mother, instantly runs out to the daughter and tries to comfort her by a tree and tries to make her feel better by the tree?
And also,
like,
He didn't make her feel better. He
No.
accused her of actual witchcraft.
because
And
it was
like,
very
what
clearly
are you talking
looking
about?
like witchcraft. The scene prior, again, the son coughed up a golden apple. That's not
It
something
was a
that
normal
happened.
apple.
What?
It was normal.
No, it wasn't. It was 100% a golden apple. A billion
That's
jillion
not
percent.
yellow, man.
What?
At best, it was yellow, man. Like, it didn't look that. Like,
I saw red.
It was small. It was this
was
big.
covered
It
in
was a
blood.
golden apple shot out of his mouth.
I just can't believe we're defending the accusatory version of that period's witchcraft. Like,
It's not even like he thought she was a witch. He still ran after her and comforted her and tried to make this situation as least bad as possible. He literally he was begging to her that he wasn't upset with her and that Christ can still forgive her if she was a witch. And then also, after she yelled at him, he then switched up and was on Thomason's side.
Which is crazy. There's anything they jump ship and join. Like, they're so judgmental. They're so like based. They don't think for themselves.
He jumped ship from blaming his one child to blaming the other children.
And she
Like,
was
just make
right,
sure we're on
though.
the same
Thomason
page
was
with how that-
100% right. Because the Black Phillip did appear in the form of a. I mean, the adversary did appear in the. It was the devil. It was the devil.
He was the.
He was the devil. He was literally the devil.
That was funny.
You can't evaluate something based on how it ended up. You have to take the perspective of where they were at the
Yes,
given time.
I
There
agree.
is no reason to think that there were goats or the devil. There were no reason to think that there were witches.
Then why
They
did
were
Thomason
bad,
think it? Because it was
crazy
written in the fucking
people.
Bible. Because this world is very literally inspired from the Bible 100%, including the fact that the adversary was going to appear in the form of a devil. I mean, sorry, in the form of a goat, which is what Thomason said.
It's historical fiction, man. It's not this world. This was the normal world, except for the
my
little
God, the
twist at
devil
end.
isn't real. Sorry, Christians out there, but in this movie, I understand that this is supposed to be based on our world and stuff like that, but this movie saying, what if everything in the Bible was taken as literally as humanly possible? And that's like what
that
this
happens
is.
in the real world. That's what people believed back then. Man.
I understand that, but the goat actually wasn't a devil in the real world. It is in this.
They didn't have a reason to believe that. That's what I'm saying. Is they didn't have any more reason to believe that the stuff was real than the people did in our normal worlds in whatever reality we're in. Like, they have
I'm
the
not saying-
exact same amount of proof to think that witches are real that they did in the Salem witch trials. And just because they were real doesn't mean that having that lack of evidence makes it any better.
Two things to that. I do agree with that, however, but at the end of the movie, when the father actually started to commit onto his things, again, he saw witchcraft. He had reason to believe that something abnormal was going on. All right, whatever.
Let's lock the kids and see if any of them die.
Again, it's not like he was intending on condemning them. Like, he just was like, I can't decide between which of my kids is the witch here.
So you lock them both in
Survivor
the stall with the devil? Is that the best solution?
Well,
man?
he also didn't whenever Thomason and the little twins were yelling at him inside of the house with the mom, at one point it was whenever he was locking them in, he said that he didn't believe that the goat was the devil anymore because he fought with him many times and he thought that he would have died. That's what he said to Thomason. He was like, if that's going to be the adversary, then I would have fought him and died myself, or something like that. So he just at one point was like, I'm just gonna let God decide this.
But like, what I guess I'm missing how you can defend him locking them.
I'm not
together
saying
in
that
the
was a
pen.
good decision, but like, if witchcraft is going on and it's like, this is one kid and this is the other kid, and one of them is a witch, I think
He didn't know that any of them were a witch. He had no reason to believe that.
Well, I mean, it is the belief that someone from within the house is going to be like witching them. At least whenever the mother was like, who is doing this? He said, which is the witch or who is thy witch or something like that, under the like with his belief that it had to be someone that they know, someone within the house themselves. I have a theory that it might have been the mom to start it off, and then obviously the goat corrupted the children, but still, he was he was going to kill the little kid, but then he couldn't do it. And he was like, I'm just gonna lock him up, see what happens. And
You mean
Tom-
like Jonah?
yeah,
Is that because he was like talking about like Abraham? He was going to smite his own child.
yeah.
Was that? I thought that was just to wake him up because it was all just like an act by the kids. Was
I
that
don't
not the truth?
I don't think he would have actually done it, but he did at least threaten it. Because like in that moment, he was so in between Thomason or the twins, he just kind of was like, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
a hard line from the Bible or whatever.
Yeah, from Abraham, his favorite character that was going to kill his children.
Hey man, it happens.
It does, and I'm sure that happens to all good fathers, right, guys?
Yeah. I really like the scene.
Yeah, man.
With whatever. Does anyone have like any positives that they want to say before we get into the rest of the negatives?
The music was really good.
It was really good. Yeah, I quite enjoyed
The acting
it.
was good.
I really liked the cinematography. I thought how this movie was shot really captured, the whole murky, creepy kind of vibe. That was good.
It was great.
I
Yeah.
appreciated that. It looked like it was shot in the city where we live. The sky was gray the whole time.
That's actually a great point. There's clouds like the entire movie. I don't think one time you might have seen the sun and that was it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So you would know you watched it 3 times.
That's true, yeah. There's like a hard
Austin.
shot of the sunrise at the beginning of the movie, and that's like the only thing I can think of. Go ahead, Austin.
I was just gonna say, I did actually have a really fun time watching this movie. I'm not gonna elaborate on why, but I just wanted to say that so I can be positive for a second. It was a very good time. I think it's one to watch with someone else for sure.
What? I think all Robert Eggers movies are just to watch by yourself. Like I think they're all really weird.
I think it's because we have the different perspective on this movie, but I'm keeping it to positives for now.
So
Yeah.
I have one funny positive. This might have been the best movie to watch with Lily. Her face constantly changing the entire time. It was hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was a great reactions and talk. Let's talk about that movie.
Really? Dude, me and G, dead silent, just locked in the entire time.
Dead silent. I was dead
Yeah.
silent. I just saw her facial expression watching the screen, and it was hilarious.
Spoilers for what we're watching, kind of, but like, G, no reaction to this movie at all. In the back rooms, she was like screaming in the theaters. She was like, "Oh my god, no, 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 no!" During like multiple moments, and I don't know. I personally didn't think that The Witch was like that much of a like reaction bit, except for like 2 scenes that I was like, oh, those are really. I could see someone being like, that's really weird to it.
I
But
didn't think it was horror, honestly. Like
this movie,
Yeah,
not at all.
I-
No, yeah. At least I
Being a
thought.
horror movie, I wasn't scared. You could even call this one like psychological horror, but I was never like on the edge of my seat ever.
Yeah.
I just was like, okay, it's a thing that was happening. And I was excited to watch a horror movie, and I
Yeah.
didn't feel like one at all.
Yeah.
Never
Would
look
you
at
classify this as
genres.
like drama?
I guess so.
It's
I'd
very
say
dramatic.
it's a drama. Yeah.
Does
Genres
it say
tend
that
to-
it's a horror movie?
I
Or am I
probably
just
yeah.
making that up? Okay.
No, it's
No,
definitely
it said on Max that did.
genres are so stupid because like animation is a genre, which like we all know
Yeah,
that that's
right.
not true. It just they have to somewhat like shove movies into these like 7 categories just so that like someone that's like, oh, I like horror movies might watch it or something like that. I just think it's a dumb way to describe movies. Movies are movies. This is like a movie, you know? That movie.
Okay.
Not like a
No, but
blockbuster movie
okay.
that's like, you guys got it. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. I liked the scene with Kate and William where she's like praying and crying after Sam died, and he's like we should put our faith in God because we have been lucky to get to the point that we were at and have not lost any kids so far. I know you're making that face, Austin, but think about it. 1630, it was like a 50% win
Yeah.
rate with your kids. So like,
No, I brought that up.
Win
You
rate
better
is
watch
crazy.
I was like, she's being greedy by like being so upset over losing a kid. I'm like, you got 4 left. Like that's huge numbers. She's like MVP mom at that point.
I know, right? Yeah, she's killing
It's
it.
one thing if your child dies of like natural reasons. It's another thing if it gets kidnapped and who knows what happens to it.
Yeah, that is true.
They just lost him. He didn't get kidnapped. They just lost him. That's about it.
I wish that was.
I know.
Okay, I when we get into negatives, I have one thing I would like to bring up as a discussion point. That's kind of related to what you guys are talking about right there. But I did kind of want to talk about this scene a little bit because it made me smile all 3 times. And I know it was supposed to be like a dramatic and sad scene, but I really like the acting and delivery of everything in it. Just like how upfront the dad was, and he was like, we should be happy about this. Not happy, but like we should look at all the good that we still have in our life, even though something is left. And then her just fucking wailing, it made me want to be like, I was so mad at her the entire time. Whenever she was waking up the kids, she was like, you have damned us, our son is in hell. I'm like, you literally just checked to see if the kids are asleep. Why are you yelling right now? But I mean that in like a good way, because I know that she was like distressed. And also, I think she might have been already corrupted by the devil, but we could talk about that in a little bit. I don't remember.
No, I'm just gonna say no to that. There's no way. I'm like,
what do you
the
mean?
devil was a chill dude here. I'll say that as a positive. The devil is my favorite character in this movie.
I agree with that. Actually, he was portrayed
that's
insanely
actually a
well.
good one.
Yeah, that's a good take,
I
yeah.
disagree with that, actually.
You disagree with that? Really?
I disagree with him being portrayed insanely well. I think the devil was the good guy of this story.
You're baiting. Like you had to have been like, this
I'm
is a
not
Zach
baiting.
movie, so I'm just going to.
The entire movie was about the negative effects of Christianity and having those extreme beliefs. And the devil was the only person to allow Thomason to be her own person. Everyone else, it wasn't the devil corrupting them. It was them having their own misogynistic, really shitty beliefs onto Thomason and making like her little brother sexualizing her mom and dad trying to sell her away. They hated her, and it wasn't the devil corrupting her. That was their own damn
It was
beliefs
only the mom that
chose to
hated
follow.
her. It was literally
No.
dude.
The dad called her a witch. Like you
at the very end of the movie, what there was witchcraft.
She wasn't a witch, and he did not believe her.
Okay.
Like you can frame it however you want. Like he accused her of being a witch and would not listen to a damn word she said.
Yes, she did, because he immediately brought her inside and told Kate to listen to her.
He put her in a stall, man.
Oh my god, I understand that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but like it's. I don't know why we're on the you're on the train of like the dad was a good guy. He was an awful human being, and I think he deserved to be in that stall with the goats for the rest of his life. Like he was a bad person that hurt his family due to his own beliefs. And I know that you agree with that, because if it happened in the real world, you would say that guy's an awful person.
Yes, I do understand. Okay, I'm going to use the Chicago joke in a way that's not like a joke. I'm going to actually... Okay, yeah. Whatever.
I thought they all
Snoopy-ass
were
pants.
representing one of the different like 7 deadly sins, and the dad was pride,
He was, yeah.
and then like the one of them was greed. I don't know if I want to say it was the mom or
I took of it as them each breaking
she
different...
wanted that many kids. It was greed.
She wanted her
that,
cows
and then
back.
she, like, yeah, she like wanted that back, and then she was like instantly blaming. So like I don't know enough to like properly put her into one, but I know she's like supposed to portray one. And then the son that died, I think his name was Caleb. He was definitely like, at least
Lust,
it looked like lust. Yeah.
100%, yeah.
So I thought they were all going to be a part of that. Go ahead, Dick.
I was going to say, instead of 7 deadly sins, it was like each of them broke one of the commandments that caused everything to happen. Like the moment in which Caleb said that they were at the tree, like picking apples, that was the moment in which he died, because he lied and broke a commandment. So like at that moment, he kind of dug his own grave in that moment, especially since that's symbolism, apple shooting out of his mouth, because it was like, oh, you died because of your lying or whatever. And then he succumbed to the way that the witch was able to get to him was through the sin of lust, because I mean that's just the age he was at. So yeah.
Yeah, boys will be boys, right?
That's oh my god. That's just this is I
Yes, I need you to unmute because I need laughter. I need positive.
Love
I sound like an asshole.
fire station. That was muted. Good now. I did love it. That was funny.
okay. I'm gonna say a theory as before I get into my possible negative. Theory. Whenever the mother was talking to the father about the previous love that she had, to me, that I interpreted that as instead of Jesus coming to her and giving her the love stronger than
I'm so sorry. I remembered for this part of the movie. Wait.
it's really messed up. You're right. I understand. It's
She wanted to bang Jesus, and she
no.
said
I think she did, and I think it was the devil. Yeah.
she wanted to bang. She had a dream about banging Jesus, man.
No, I think it wasn't a dream. I think it was real, and I think it was the devil. And I think maybe Thomason might be that child. All right, whatever. God damn it. God forbid someone talk about a movie they like.
No, that's a positive. I'm sorry, but like, imagine your wife comes to you after like 20 years of marriage, and it's like, yo, I had this dream about banging Jesus, and nothing ever past that has lived up to that after having 5 children and a life together.
Yeah. Well, that's why she was such an ass from the start. Was I think that she didn't become a witch until that scene where she wrote her name in the book, but I think she was corrupted from the beginning, and that's why she was like terrible. You know? Well, I'm talking to someone who doesn't like this movie. You can't like positively. I know. I'm just like this. I'm talking to a wall here. Like I could say all the things I like about this movie, but it's kind of useless because it doesn't go anywhere. Go ahead, Skylar.
I don't think she was corrupted. I think it was like she was just so overwhelmed that she was just looking for an excuse or like some reason other than herself or anything supernatural, because that could have like made this happen. And
Well,
because it was like a huge string of bad things that happened to this family like all at one time. So I think she chucked it up to it, like something was out to get them, and then started like instantly accusing and started getting like everybody like under so much stress. So I don't think that she was corrupted, but I think she enhanced like the stress of every single other character in this. But I don't think she was corrupted.
I still think she was, but you're definitely right that the stress, like that's because she was. This is gonna sound weird, but she's like the driving factor of the movie because she's like the problem. She's not a problem, but like you guys get what I'm trying to explain here, right? Like she's the one putting everyone to move the plot forward because of how much she cares about everything more than everyone else in the family.
Yeah, I would also say like I'm sorry, was somebody else talking?
Nope, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought I think like the dad's overwhelming urge to try and keep everything together and make everybody happy was kind of like the big thing that the mom and the kids kind of separated. So he's constantly trying to play both sides, and was losing because you can't win that. And
it's his fault.
It led to him making some dumb decisions on his end that I don't think he would have made if the mom hadn't been in that mindset. I don't think he would have done that. And I think that was like a huge part of it, because then the dad playing both sides kind of led to the children going against each other to try and win over the dad. And then it was kind of like that. And then, I mean, even at the end, he was like, we're just going to go back. And he kind of like caved. But I think it was like she was the driver for the wedge in the dad's decisions. And then it led to the kids driving wedges into, and the dad was like the driver of everything.
I agree with
makes
that,
sense.
especially since the mom hated Thomason so much that like the dad almost didn't have any negative connotation towards Thomason without the mom constantly egging him and being like, it is Thomason, we need to get her out of the house, she's the witch, or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my least favorite scene as a transition because I think it can lead to a discussion point. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think anyone will care. so I guess we'll see. So my least favorite scene is everyone's least favorite scene for obvious reasons, but also for narrative reasons, because I think that the only time in which the audience sees the witch, and only the audience sees that witch, is in that opening scene that everyone is going to be like, that's disgusting and I wish we never saw it. Because wait, the scene with the baby, like,
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
what?
That's not what I thought you were
That's not
going
the
to either.
shit. I think you're gonna say that either.
The like molesty scene.
Well, that is messed up without a doubt, but I think the moment where she's like with the baby,
Yeah,
like that is
That was definitely horrifying.
that is easily,
was.
in my opinion, the worst. Like, I know that's what you, because I remember right whenever the scene that you guys are talking about happened, I said to G, I was like, wow, that must have been insanely uncomfortable for both the actor and the actress. Like, that would have sucked.
They didn't need that.
Yeah,
for the
100%.
film at all.
100%.
Like,
Well, I think both
at
scenes
all,
you
at
didn't
all.
need that.
I think that was on par with them saying the N-word in the last movie, honestly. Like, if not word.
Yeah.
Like,
I think both
they
might
both-
be. Like, I genuinely think that opening scene is disgusting. Like, especially
No,
since
I
like
agree with
they
you.
actually showed her like grabbing it. Like, that's so fucked up in my head, Like, even in an acting moment, you shouldn't do that on set, regardless of if it's for the moment or anything like that. It's disgusting. But
Yeah.
and you're right. I do agree with you that scene is like, you could have just shown the lady in the doorway and we would have got it. We would have understood what was going on. But I think that opening scene is bad for a narrative reason too, in addition to just like it being gross. Because Cassie mentioned that this could have been like psychological. And I genuinely think it could have been really psychological if you just remove that opening scene with the baby entirely, because that's the only time in which the audience is able to see the witch without someone else within the scene being there and being messed up. Because the end of the movie, it's nighttime, everyone's chaotic. You could believe that they might have hallucinated that witch, or it could be up for interpretation. In the middle of the movie with Caleb, only Caleb is in there, and he didn't sleep at all last night. He just saw his dog get disemboweled. He's not in the right mind. You could believe that that's not actually a real witch. But seeing that witch at the beginning of the movie, just the audience seeing it, hard confirms that it is 100% a witch. It's not psychological. It's not this family just going insane. And I think the movie would be way better if you just dipped that. Any opinions? I know Austin's gonna be like, it doesn't matter if it's a shit movie.
I like that take.
Yeah, I'm not just like saying BS for.
I know.
I actually do want to say I am genuinely sorry. I think if it worked for the podcast, I would let you enjoy this movie, man. I would not be saying all like.
No,
this
I know.
bullshit.
I'm not actually upset. I'm a little
But
heated. I'm not
gonna-
upset.
Like I will say I'm sorry, because we haven't even gotten to the points that I thought that it would cause argument. So like it's gonna be worse from here. Like, it is actually gonna get so much worse.
Do you like my idea, Austin? Do you like my idea?
Well, what like
The spiel
They're
that I
removing
just
the opening
went,
scene.
yeah, making it.
With
Like,
the
do you think
baby.
it would have improved the movie?
No, I think it definitely would have improved the movie. I like the idea of the audience not
agree with
knowing
me
if the
for
witches are
once?
real. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad take. I'm like I will say, I will concede. I'm like, I think. I mean, well, I'm not conceding. I'm agreeing with the negative that you have. So if
Yeah.
anything, that kind of just reinforces my point.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree with you.
Cool. I have
Because
3 things that
I
I
also-
don't like that remove half a point each.
I also think yours makes it better because then like the wolf story that they're trying to tell like afterwards, like the baby was taken by a
Mhm.
wolf, makes it so much more believable
Exactly.
too. And then it adds like that as a factor as well. Like the outside is trying to get them as well instead of just the switch.
Thank you for saying that, actually, because that brought up a point that I don't know if this is a negative or a positive, but the wolf aspect of it was kind of low, because that's the entire reason the dad stole and sold the chalice, was so that he could get traps to try and get the wolf. And they really only like honed on that like 2 times. And you kind of, as the audience, at least in my opinion, you just dismiss it because you know that the witch is the one that took it from the start. So you don't really like care anytime they mention the wolf. So
That was
go ahead.
that was one of my negatives, that
Yeah.
like they played up an external force in the woods that wasn't a witch just
Yeah.
for it to mean nothing, because it's confirmed in the opening scene that it's not.
Yeah.
So
And that wouldn't have even been a problem if we didn't know in the opening scene it was the witch. Nice. Okay. All right. Someone hit me with something negative. Either so I could try and defend it or just sit here sad.
Cassie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cassie
Okay.
goes first. I think her and Chandler have said the least this podcast. I don't like being a seal.
I don't know if you guys felt this, or maybe it was just because I was watching it kind of late last night and I was tired, but I felt like this movie kind of dragged like a bit, at least for
Yeah.
me. Or maybe it's just my stupid Zoomer brain and I can't need to be
I have the
constantly
Zoomer
entertained.
brain.
You know, maybe people
I'm-
on TikTok are gonna yell at me, but I got a little bored. And if I could have put the movie on 1.5 speed, I probably would have.
Damn, bro. It's an hour and a half.
I didn't have that.
I
What?
agree with you.
Thank you. Like, I was just kind of bored. Or maybe, honestly, I think it's probably because I went into it expecting a horror movie and I didn't get a horror movie. So my expectations weren't correct for what this movie actually was. And that made me a lot more bored than I probably would have been. I don't know.
Out of my negatives, that wasn't one that I had. The movie felt like it was finely paced to me. I don't remember any slow parts really dragging. Is there one in particular that like you remember dragging really hard? Maybe I'm just not thinking of it.
I don't even know. I genuinely think, and this is such a bad take, but I seriously think it's because I was watching it late at night and I just wanted to go to bed. And it was like, oh my God, there's 45 minutes left. Like, when I got here, I still had 5 minutes left of the movie. It was like, Chan, I'm going to mute myself and finish this really quick.
It's the best fucking. Dude. That part.
The only other negative I had, I didn't write down a lot for this movie. It was, I hate Old English. This is stupid.
That's like my favorite part about it. All of his
I'm
movies
with
are
you.
like that. All 4 of them. It's so good, dude. Dude, oh my God, I
feel like-
cannot wait to watch The
Four.
Lighthouse with you guys, bro. What? Peak.
The-
So good.
To be fair, though, this movie was very campy, and I enjoyed that. I appreciated that. But that's it.
Chandler, you saying something?
Yeah, I'm with you on the Old English. Like, I think it's like a double-edged sword. I think it's very good for the film because it's very realistic, and it seemed like they put a lot of effort and care. And it sounded really Old English because like it didn't make any sense whatsoever. And that's why I also hated it because it was very hard. Like you guys are saying some things that I just quite honestly didn't catch because I didn't know what they were saying. So I feel like I missed out on a lot of things. And I will not be sitting through it 3 times, so we'll figure out what that was.
Yeah,
Just
I
gonna
honestly,
say that.
I felt like I missed out because at least to me, I felt like I got a grasp of the Old English in its entirety towards like the middle end of the movie. So whenever I rewatched it with subtitles, I was picking up a little bit more at the beginning of the movie than I like initially did on my first viewing of it. Like when the dad and Caleb were in the forest talking about I don't remember the name of it. It's like original sin or like whatever your born sins are. I don't remember what they talked about, like what it was called or whatever. And not
Yeah,
the
it's original sin.
original sin. Or I think they said a different word in the movie. Natural
was the
evils.
fact
That's
that
what they
you're-
said. Natural evils.
Well, yeah, but it's due to like the original sin
Yes.
that everyone's born in sin, and therefore, like from babyhood until whenever you finally accept God into your life,
Yeah.
that you're just damned.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like I remember getting the bit where they were yelling at each other and he said we'll talk no more of this, but when they were walking up to that, he was like full on explaining that entire process of being sinful from birth to the moment that you're baptized or find a grace or whatever. And I appreciated that because someone who doesn't really understand that very well probably would have needed it a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, the kid was pretty smart there.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes because dude was, however old he was, and he had enough critical thinking skills to be like, maybe we shouldn't be believing that the baby's going to be burning in hell for eternity for doing absolutely nothing. Like,
But that's
and
the
the
world they
dad,
live in.
being the great father he was just like, that's what God wants. So
Well,
just
I mean,
how it is.
that is how the world works in the witch universe, you know? Like it's sad but true. I think I don't know why. Like that's just how it is in that world.
You can't just keep saying he's fine because
I'm not
that's how
saying
things
he's fine.
are.
Like the dad didn't want Samuel to die. He just is saying like that's just how it is in this world because it is. It's not like he did anything outwardly bad
We
in
have
that
no
scene.
confirmation that he was right or the Bible was right.
Well, the majority
in
of
this
what
movie.
happened in the
There's no
Bible
reason.
did come true. Like, not majority of what happened in the Bible, but like of the things that happened in this movie, they were told in the Bible.
What?
At least with the way that the devil was encountered, the rabbit that appeared before the devil. It's just like things that they were directly inspired from either like religious folklore or the Bible itself.
First of all, they don't give confirmation on any sort of Christianity being real here. That's just, we don't even know that that's actually the devil. We just know that it's a supernatural figure that showed up at the end and more than likely is tied to the witches. There's no confirmation at any point in this movie.
Not more than
Bible
likely,
is
he
correct.
is. He literally had her sign the devil's book, like to go and join the witch covenant. It's 100% the devil.
Who said it was the devil's book?
I mean, I guess Thomason, whenever she said that he had me sign the devil's book in that one joke scene.
Okay. Do we think that maybe that's confirmation bias because that's the religion that they held and they're taking the supernatural force as something that they
Well,
can
just
fit
because the
within their own
devil's not
worldview?
called the devil doesn't mean they interpreted it wrong, you know? Because, like, if their interpretation is that the devil comes and makes you dance naked and sign a book, and that exactly happens, just because, like, it might not be what is, like, 100% the Christian devil, it's still that interpretation of it.
I just think it's a step past what we're shown and what the proof actually shows to think that everything in the Bible and everything that they were teaching their children is correct because we didn't get confirmation of that.
That's I you know what? I'll take that because in that scene that we were talking about that was positive, Will says that even though that's what the Bible says, it is up to Abraham himself to decide who is a sinner and who isn't. So they don't know whether or not Caleb or Samuel are sinners when they die and go to hell or heaven. So I'll take that. What you said. I don't fucking know. Someone say
Right
anything negative
on.
about this movie. I didn't like that we saw the dog that upset me.
Yeah.
Any movie that shows a dead dog, not good. That's a negative. So
Are they gonna say that he didn't get to go into heaven either? Like, what the heck?
I don't think animals are even mentioned. In all honesty, like I don't know.
Oh, in the Bible?
Yeah, are they
I'm
that
pretty
aspect?
sure.
Of them going to heaven or?
Under my assumption, impression, I'm pretty sure they are like
Okay.
almost already accepted. Like they're inherently accepted, I think.
Okay, Fowler's
guess.
fine then. W. Fowler might be the only
Yeah.
one going there. Yeah, good.
I'll saying this. I don't know how many of the characters I would consider likable. Like I didn't really like the mom, like basically
Yeah,
at
she
all.
sucked.
Yeah, I think this might be a little harsh, but I think she kind of deserved her ending.
Yes.
Because that was absolutely brutal. If we're talking about either parent being bad, the mom should be head and shoulders the worst. Instantly accused. She herself, if we're going with there was no proven witchcraft, she was yelling witchcraft from the beginning before Caleb even came back. She was yelling it before. And she was instantly accusing her daughter of that. So she is infinitely the worst parent in those scenarios. And I didn't really like the twins. In my mind, they were a little annoying. But I think that was like the point of
Yeah, they
them
were
with
corrupted
the
already.
goat. Yeah, I think that was it. But with the goat, it felt like overkill. I feel like they could have done it a little less and it would have held the same effect. I think that was pushed way too much to the point of annoyance. And there were some scenes that I think were really weird because like the twins like hung on to like the weirdest things. And like the point I'm going to bring up is not the weirdest thing. It's something they should have obviously hung on to. But it was whenever Thomason at the river like held him down, yelling like he did this, she did that. And they like hung on to that and kept it for the rest of the movie and completely stopped with the Black Phillip stuff.
Well, they still
I'm
did
sorry if
some
that's
of
somebody's
it.
scene.
But that scene where she yells at her and calls her a witch and stuff, they held on it because they wanted to show that that doubt into the father and the mother because the twins were already talking with the devil at that point in the movie, and they wanted Thomason to be the one that was thought to be the witch. So whenever Thomason gave him that out, then Mercy and Jonas could just say that to the parents, and that's why they hung.
I didn't mean like that was a weird detail and they shouldn't have hung on to it. That was obviously a huge one that they should have hung on to. But immediately after that, they completely stopped with Black Phillip entirely, and like completely dropped it. I don't think it came. Well, like they weren't yelling like.
They didn't sing the song again, but they still stuck with him. Like in that one scene where they were yelling at Anya Taylor-Joy for attacking Mercy, they still had Black Phillip there, and Black Phillip was the one that was telling them to start calling her a witch in that scene.
And in the barn, they hung to the side with Black Phillip, and Thomason was in the complete opposite corner.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. And she goes, "Are ye witches?" And the boy goes, "Does father think I am?" And the girl goes, "Are you?" Instead of saying no.
And then in that one scene, like, I don't understand how the parents didn't accuse the twins earlier, because they said one of them will not be able to say the prayer for Caleb. And the twins couldn't, and they said it was Thomason's fault. And they was like, "Thomason, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
As she was saying the prayer. Like that one, I think was like a little confusing to me. Yeah. And I think that might have been from the mom pushing Thomason so hard, and then the twins pushing back at like basically everybody against Thomason. And it might have been that, and that might be good enough reason. But to me, that still feels a little weak. You have two people who Thomason's saying it's them, and they can't, and they're not seeing that, is a little weird to me. And it kind of goes into what Austin was saying earlier with they're not listening to Thomason, which I don't think the dad doesn't listen to Thomason. I think he does, but I think the mom kind of overrules whatever is being heard. Like he is more pressed with keeping the mom stable.
Thy wife is your lord.
Listening.
Thy wife is your lord. A quote from Anya Taylor-Joy to Will at some point in the movie. At the end, whenever they're yelling at each other.
And I think that was like completely held true.
Yeah,
but those were some of my like big negatives in this, because from an outside view, obviously it's clear, but I think it should have been more clear to them if they were literally looking for it.
I'm sorry. We're already at an hour. Does anyone else have other things they want to negatively say about the movie? I know, but the majority of it has just been me and Austin yelling at each other, and I apologize.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys. I have one that I want to bring up, and I'll leave it for last. So if anyone else says anything,
good. Nothing that I can't just close up in my conclusion.
Okay.
And Chan, your English teacher.
Yeah, dude.
I understand, but more so just like I really don't have many. I have a lot of negative things. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing that either one wasn't already addressed, or two, I just didn't like how it made me feel. And like, what's there a debate on that? Like, oh, feel differently. Like, okay. You know what I mean? So I think I can just wrap those things up in conclusion.
All right, Austin, hit me with it.
Okay. I'm not saying this, Zach, to like. I'm gonna need to hear everyone else's responses to this.
I'm not gonna say anything.
No. I want to hear your response, but I know I think I have a fair idea of where your response is gonna like lie and what you're gonna say. So I just want to hear everyone else's perspective, and then if you could say yours. But in watching this movie, or I should say after watching this movie, I did like I saw this with someone else, and we were equally, I'll say, confused what to take away from this movie. And at first, I think we were both like, okay, maybe there's something we're not getting. And we spent about an hour doing research online, going through TikToks, going through YouTube videos, going through, I think it was even like a Spark Notes version of a website, of what the takeaway, what the theme, what the metaphors of the movie meant. And for one, very little was commonality. There was kind of the points I mentioned about, most of it was just talking about how Thomason was basically like taken advantage of, and the family was just awful towards her.
Yeah.
And a lot of it kind of disagrees with what you were saying about how like they were influenced by the devil. It seemed to think that the themes of the movie were the fact that they were awful people and that they had this awful influence in Thomason, and that the devil was the only one who could offer her some kind of actual solace, and that the devil was a fairly positive figure in this. But across all of that research, there was not really a lesson that I got from this movie.
No, yeah.
Like what is the actual point of everything?
There was
like what's the takeaway?
no, I didn't have one personally. I just thought it was an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, I don't think I necessarily had one either. Like,
Mm.
You're not gonna
I mean,
leave this movie being
I didn't have
like,
one.
I need to play, have fun with my kids and play toys with them like the Lego movie.
Well, I'm not saying like even like what can you take away in your own life, but what was the point of the movie? Like what was it trying to say in the hour and 30 minutes that we watched it?
It
And
doesn't
once again,
have to be
I
trying to
would like-
say anything.
I would like Zach's opinion last because I'd like to get other people's perspectives really quick.
Understandable.
so in mine, like, I think the like base level was that every character had like some flaw in themselves and it affected somebody else and ultimately like led there, whether it was like pride, anything like that, anything we were talking about before, like it all led to their ending. But if they would have like been more open and recognized their flaws earlier, maybe it would have ended better. But that's still like pulling at strings. But maybe it's like recognizing your own downfall. Like the only one who vaguely did was the dad, but it was like as he was dying. Maybe like recognizing your own flaws, but that's very base level. But that's probably the best I could give you.
Are you asking what our takeaway is? Is that what you're saying?
Just what's the point of the movie really? Like what's the, I mean, because I think it's my idea was that there should be a lot of metaphors that had greater meaning in this movie, and that they were trying to have some sort of takeaway or lesson to come from this, because why else, make an hour many minute movie unless you're trying to say something.
You're going to be very disappointed in the remaining 3 Robert Edgar movies then.
I don't know. The Northman's pretty fun.
Yeah, but it's not like there's like a pretty generic theme with that movie. That's like
No,
not.
I'm not saying it has to be like anything crazy, but we watched an hour and 20 minutes of old English and shitty people talking with each other. And in my mind, I feel like there had to be a lesson learned or something to take away.
I
Because it wasn't
have one to
inherently
tell you.
entertaining.
I thought it was inherent. Like, he just was telling a story in this period piece, and that's kind of what the point of the movie was to me.
I mean, I don't know. I think the movie did a really good job of capturing the like religious hysteria that was going on during that. But like, other than that, I don't really have a takeaway.
Yeah.
I also hate period pieces. I'm not gonna lie. I just wasn't gonna have a good time with this movie off rip.
Yes, Zach, please don't get mad at me for this. I'm not attacking you, but to answer your question, Austin, I didn't learn anything really from this movie. So the first thing I wrote down was it was a colossal waste of time.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get anything out of it. I don't think anything has changed in my life since watching this movie.
Yeah. And I didn't find it entertaining like you did, Zach. So I think that's probably why I'd say that. But please, not attacking you.
Oh no, it's not
But,
attacking
like-
me at all. We want different things out of movies.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it is. Any other negatives, Austin?
I think we've argued enough. I can
Okay.
probably say my piece in my summary. I don't. Contrary to this whole entire hour, however long we've had the podcast, I haven't necessarily enjoyed just making you angry, and I'm sorry about that.
I don't care. Hey, dude, it's gonna be very interesting. I think so. It's good.
Is it time for the 3?
All right, more like 2, but yeah.
Be quick. We got to be quick.
Austin's up
What if we
first.
just loop
Okay.
our summary in with it? Because
Yeah, sure. Just do
Yeah.
favorite, least favorite. If you have a funniest, go ahead.
That was
Not
funniest.
crazy.
Yeah, I can
Actually, I
speed
really
run
wrote
this
that down.
to
It's
believe.
crazy if you have a funniest.
Yeah,
But-
I didn't say that, but I also was like, there's no way that any of us are gonna have a funniest scene in this movie.
I think
I 100% have.
Oh,
I
dude.
chuckled at one scene actually.
Okay, Austin, go ahead. Hit me with your 3, and then do your summary.
We really want to do all of this together. I'm going to be talking for like at least 8 minutes straight.
Okay, that is
Here,
a good
mine's
point.
quick. Mine's quick.
Let's
Okay.
I can.
Yeah, let's do 3 in the summary, or leave it like a. Yeah, go ahead, Cass.
Wait, am I doing the 3 or the summary or both?
Just do it all together. Austin's gonna go last because if his is gonna be a
Okay.
little bit.
Least favorite. Ready for the speed run? Time me. Least favorite was that scene in the beginning with the baby. I hated that. I didn't like that the witch was butt booty naked. Why was everybody butt booty naked in this movie? I didn't like it. Didn't want to see naked old lady. Didn't like that. Didn't have a favorite. Didn't have a funny. Summary. The good thing about this movie, like cinematography, I liked how good of a job they did at capturing the like crazy religious hysteria that was going on. I thought that was very well done. I went into it thinking it was going to be a horror movie. I was not scared. I was not on the edge of my seat at all. I was kind of bored unless like this might actually take me a little bit longer than I thought. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like this movie uses like the gore, not that there was a whole lot of it, but when it happened it was grody, but like gore is, and I feel like they use that as like a ooh shock factor, scary horror movie, looky marketing, ooh. And I didn't like that they did that. I think like what we were saying earlier, this movie would have been a lot better if it leaned more into like the psychological horror of it all. And I mean, I don't know. I know Zach, you were like, well, it's not even a horror movie, but that's what it was marketed as. And that's what I thought I was getting. And I wasn't, and I didn't like it. I also didn't like that I had to listen to people talk in Old English for an hour and a half. I don't like it.
Do it 2 more times.
And I think that's kind of everything that I went through. I don't know. You know what? It was speedrun enough. Are we giving ratings or no?
Yeah.
I give this movie like a 6. It's not the worst thing I've ever watched, but it's also not the best thing I've ever watched. It gets a 6.
That was twice as high as I thought you were going to.
Really?
That is way
No.
higher than I
No,
thought that
really?
any of the 4 of you guys were gonna give this movie. I'm gonna be
Really?
totally
No.
honest. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I like this movie better than Shaun of the Dead, which is kind of crazy. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I probably wouldn't watch it again, and I don't know if I would recommend it.
I wouldn't. Sorry, good. You popcorn someone you want.
Popcorn Chad.
Okay, my least favorite also is the first initial scene, but I'm not gonna be like a broken record player. The lady, whenever she was having the crow bite herself, ew, disgusting.
Forgot about that.
I did
That's really what I
indeed
thought you were
double
talking
click
about earlier.
the fast forward scene the second 2 times I watched the movie.
Oh
during
my
that,
gosh,
100%.
that was abysmal.
Yeah.
That was horrifying.
There are 3 moments I
I don't have a favorite scene. Funniest scene though is actually like it's gonna sound cursed, but whenever like the father kind of died, I thought it was funny whenever the goat just surprise attacked him and like danced. He actually danced. He emoted on the dude. Like I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, maybe the only time I like my mouth went from a this to a this, but that's the point. I really just didn't care for this film whatsoever. I had never seen this up until now. I also was on the assumption that it was going to be a horror film, and I was kind of looking forward to something like that. It's been a while since I've seen something scary, but this was just demented, honestly. I also don't like when Christianity is portrayed in a way just like this. Like I would consider myself like a bad Christian. I'm not like I don't really follow things I probably should be or that I used to. Kind of parted ways in some regards, but still, I just didn't like how strict this was. It just raises the hair on my body in like a danger, no, like bad, no good kind of way. So didn't care for that whatsoever. Hated almost every character except for Thomason. She was the only G out there. I mean, there's like some good things about it. Like I like the cinematography that you mentioned earlier, Cassie. the Old English, like, oh, horrible. I hate it so much, actually so much. But it does make the movie as good as it is. However good as it is, up to your personal opinion, I suppose. But truly just not a fan in almost everything this movie was about. I also didn't like how horny the boy was towards his sister. Like, ugh. That was also very foul. And I understand he's going through things, and it's probably the hormones. It's about that time, and his parents aren't going to be like a good force in helping him navigate that journey. But I did not like that whatsoever. And I guess if I was going to have to watch the movie, I'm glad I got it over with, honestly. So with that, I'm going to give it a 2. Yeah. And that number went down throughout the podcast. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn.
Same, honestly. Mine was higher before talking about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I need to change my score.
6 is crazy after all of that. That was crazy.
I don't like. I feel like I'm usually pretty generous with my.
If you want to retroactively change it, it would be now before I do the average.
You give me a 4.
That was what
Yeah, I figured it was going to be a below average. Whenever you said an above average number, I was genuinely shocked. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I didn't have a favorite. Didn't say a good thing about it. It's above average.
Yeah.
Well, in my head, like a 6 is low because like the baseline is like a 7 or an 8, and that's just not how ratings work.
No.
Can I say something too? Like, before going into this film, I looked at the reviews. It's 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes is okay.
No.
That audience score?
I totally get it.
I don't think so. That's like the popcorn bucket. I think the Tomatoes is literally just a critic saying yes or no. It's 50-50. And there was 91 yeses out of 100, essentially. So, but still, it has like a 7 on IMDb or whatever.
That's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy. I think it makes sense.
I sent you guys my Letterboxd review. I think you'll like it.
What? About
Sorry. I'll popcorn you, Sky. We'll go on. For me, we'll go counterclockwise, which makes
you want to go
Zach last.
Austin again?
What?
Huh? Yeah. Okay, I can go. So, I had a good time watching this movie. I really liked it. I don't really get a lot of the stuff that was going on. Like, it wasn't like the horror psychological thriller type of scary, but it gave me similar vibes to not necessarily a slasher, but like, the bad. So that's why I said not necessarily a thing. Like, the monster because it tells you in the opening scene, and it's like the gory part that gets you. Like, the actions that they do is the scary part. But yeah, I had a good time watching this. It had like my attention. It had my attention the entire way through, which is not very common. And I mean, I just thought it was solid. Like, there wasn't too much to say. I had a good watch, and I was going to give it a 7. I thought the Rotten Tomato score made sense. Yeah, so I'm going to just end mine 7 out of 10.
I'm guessing Austin's going last, right?
Damn.
Yeah,
that might not be enough content for a short there, Sky.
It is.
It's enough. And honestly, the shorter shorts tend to do a lot better than the longer ones. So his might actually do the best out of all. Dude, okay. Oh, sorry. This reminded me of it. Remember how last week I said I think Cassie's is going to do the best? It technically did the worst, and I'll explain why. So I said I think it'll do the best because I named it Cassie Hates the British. And I thought that that's a very funny title for it.
That's great.
Yeah, and all of them said Shaun of the Dead. And anything that said the title of the movie instantly killed all momentum the video had because it had the word dead in it. YouTube's really weird and whatever. So I figured that yours was going to kill it. And it technically got the most views and the most interaction out of all of them. But the majority of them were dislikes. And I can't tell. I
bet you they were from British people.
Yeah, they totally were. I have a feeling that they probably just saw the title and immediately disliked it, which is understandable.
They think I'm a stupid American. I get it. It's fine.
Sure. I did not have a funniest scene, as we've all discussed, except for Chandler. My least favorite scene is the one that I talked about earlier, and this is for the clip. If you want to see why I dislike the scene, in addition to it being gross, go check into the podcast, because I think it would have massively improved the quality of movie by removing that, not just in the gross aspect of it. I think it would have made the movie significantly better. Viewers, go click on it's right down there. Just click on it and you can watch the entire podcast. Listen to me and Austin yell at each other for an hour. My favorite scene is between two scenes, or I mean, I guess you could just say the last 10 minutes of the movie. From the moment that the dad like wakes up to the moment that the movie ends, I just had like giant smile on my face, just because whenever he gets stabbed and he like goes for the axe and then he looks at it and he realizes that like that's exactly what the devil wants for him to do, to fall into corruption and to fight until his last moments, and he's just like, corruption, thou art my father, because he realizes that he just kind of like succumbed to evil and then he just gets fucking decimated. Love that stuff. Good thing. And then the moment with the devil is so good. And just like keep this in mind. Imagine if the movie was actually like psychological more so, because I'd say it's like relatively psychological. If it was more so psychological, that moment where she goes like, does my English tongue reach your ears? And then she like starts to turn and he goes like, what's thou want? And that would have been insane if you had no idea that this was like a mythical world at all until that very moment. That would have like absolutely blown me away. And it did blow me away, because the moment where he said, like, I know it's not picking up for you guys, but from my end, it looks like it's picking up, where he goes like, would thou wish to live deliciously? I had chills when he said that. I know, Chandler, I know you're laughing because you didn't pick it up at all, but it's because I'm whispering. When he goes like, would thou wish to live deliciously? Like that actually sent something from like the tailbone all the way up to my neck. It was amazing.
Would thou like to taste this butter?
Yeah. Would thou wish to taste butter? A pretty dress. It's so good. And then like the interpretation at the end, like, is she dreaming? Because she said that like when she falls asleep, her soul leaves her body and dances with the devil and signs his book. So like when she fell asleep at the end, there is that actually just like her thinking that she's going and signing it, and her flying actually isn't her flying or whatever. I don't know. I just love the ending of this movie. It made me so happy. Summary time. I watched this movie in high school and didn't like it. I just had it on Netflix and I was on my phone the entire time, and I just didn't really watch the movie at all. And when we started the podcast, I think it was like the third or fourth movie was The Lighthouse, because of Jack's recommendation. And whenever I started the podcast, I decided I'm not looking at my phone during any of these movies, just because I'm studying film. This was back before I started film school, and I was like, if I'm studying film, I need to actually like watch movies. And that was like one of the first like super artsy movies that I watched and fully interpreted it on my own, and it blew my mind at how good it was and how well everything was like designed and made. And for the longest time, I just considered this to be the black sheep, no pun intended, of the Robert Eggers movies, where this is the bad one. And I really watched it for the very first time on Wednesday, and I think it was mainly because I was expecting it to be not a Robert Eggers movie, and then I watched it and just was blown away. And like I remember feeling tense. I said this earlier on in the podcast. Towards the end of the film, while the father was barricading the children, and just thinking to myself, like, I don't know how this movie is going to end in a way that I find satisfying. And then I just loved it. I loved the end of the movie. It made me so happy. Like a handful of problems. I wish that the baby scene wasn't in the movie. I wish that they cut off earlier on the young witch. I don't want to say the word that we all are thinking of for that one scene where she like made herself look different for Caleb. I could remove that, and you could remove the disemboweling of the dogs. If you did the three of that, this movie would be so much better. I give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. That moment happened, like literally the second the movie ended, I thought this is like an 8.5 and 9, and I thought that the entire time. Like from the moment I watched it up until I finished watching it again last night at 2 a.m, I was like, this is one of the best movies I think I'm gonna enjoy this year. Just straight up. The Lego Movie has a 9 out of 10 because I just think it is more impactful to people watching it. But out of just like pure Zach enjoyment movies, I don't know if we're gonna beat this really. The only other one that might is we're getting another Robert Eggers movie at the end of the year with the werewolf, and that one might be more. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. We're literally watching The Northman in 2 weeks, which is like my third favorite movie of all time. So I think that's gonna beat it. But like, I just love his style. Just amazing directing style. Corruption, thou art my father. Go ahead, Austin.
Okay. Once again, I've said it a couple times. This is going to be the worst of it, and I am genuinely sorry, Zach. This is going to feel like a personal attack, and I don't mean it that way, but I also feel like it's wrong to just taper my own opinion in order
No,
to
100%. I agree.
to
with that.
save your feelings. So I'm going to be blatantly honest with this. This movie was a complete and colossal waste of time with absolutely no point and no takeaway for the audience, and it was not even an enjoyable story. Like I said before, I spent a significant amount of time trying to find meaning in this movie. I didn't even have any issue with the Old English. I feel like I guess through high school and whatever movies I've watched of it, like I didn't have that hard of a time understanding what they were saying. And I thought that was a big pro of the movie, is the amount of thought and the structuring of the script in order to present their thoughts in a way that it feels almost like poetry. And I like that. Like I thought that was great. But when you have an hour and 25 minutes of Old English dialogue with little to no reason that you're listening to it, little to no takeaway, what's the point? Why have all of that set up for nothing? I don't think there's any reasonable way you can say that it was the devil influencing them when it very clearly was them just being shitty people and shitty characters to each other. It just, I agree with you, Zach, that I think this is a story for the story's sake. I think that is the conclusion that I came to after trying to find a deeper meaning, trying to find allegories in Christianity for the lessons and what possible other things that the story can be trying to say. Because for as much you can say about a lot of the stuff in the Old Testament Bible, there were things they were trying to convey in a lot of the kind of messed up stories that they were trying to tell. And that's what I was trying to take away from this, is that this is a case study in this type of period of time with this type of people being religious fanatics, where we're supposed to take a lesson away about humanity, about how we're supposed to be as people. And there's nothing. There's genuinely nothing that you can get from this, where it's like, I guess the only thing would be, don't be assholes to your family. Just be decent human beings. I don't think any of the characters did anything that was justifiable. Even Thompson, she was the best character by default because she was the victim. That was it. She didn't do anything likable. I'd argue the one thing she did in the movie, which was basically bully her children, brother and sister, in an insane way. She went into crazy detail, and honestly, I thought it was kind of funny, but also that is their own word of God. That is what they thought was true. And for her to say that to the kids in the context of their family, knowing that is the one true word of God, that is crazy to just fuck with them like that. And that is not a good thing to do. And she knew that that was wrong. I'm sorry for saying this. This is going to be the part that I genuinely do feel bad, but I need to say, I think this is the epitome of pretentious for pretentious sake. I don't think that you can watch this movie under I don't think you can watch this movie as an idiot and enjoy it, and I don't think you can watch this movie as someone who appreciates art and actually enjoy it. I think you just have to enjoy the cinematography, because there is no deeper meaning to anything that happens in this movie, and there's absolutely nothing that you can get on a rewatch of this other than just enjoying it for enjoying the story. I I'm sorry. I think that's just like how it is. I think people review this movie. I think because it's in Old English, because it is directed and filmed very well, certain people who like films like to say that this is a good movie. When if you had the exact same general structuring of the plot and it was filmed slightly worse and the dialogue was slightly worse, this would be the most nothing movie you could ever watch. I think you could make this as a film student in college and you would get a D- because what the hell are you trying to do? And that's just kind of how it is. I'm sorry. Okay.
Give your
I didn't
damn
even get
number.
into my favorite, whatever. That was most of the piece I wanted to say. Okay.
What a bar.
Favorite, I agree with Zach, except I think it's specifically the point with Thomason talking to the devil. I think before and after that also sucks. I think that the scene in the woods was weird. But I think talking and then the devil kind of speaking up whenever like she finally goes to talk to Black Phillip, I thought that was pretty cool. Least favorite, why you got to be kissing a child? That's not, this movie did not earn the right to do things that are that. Funniest, I'm so glad no one said this, and I sent to my letterbox review in the chat, but like whenever the wife dropped was on that tirade, that speech where she was just like, yeah, you're like a bad father, like where you can't catch game, and she was like, your corn is trash.
Yeah.
I just dying.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know how many cycles of English language it took for us to get back to using the word trash like we do nowadays, and they did, but she said your corn is trash, and I'm like, oh my god, she got it by the balls. God damn. Like, that was so crazy to drop that, and I we had to pause the movie because we were dying laughing.
It's the only line of normal English throughout the entire movie.
It's not. It's like old English, but it actually lines up with today's day and age of where we stay. Like, your corn's trash. I'm like, oh shit, she got his corn is trash, and he got mad because of that. That hurt his feelings. Yeah, so that probably was my favorite scene in the movie too. But like as far as like the last scene was pretty good too. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this movie to anyone. And my score, I'm going to stick with a 4 because it is filmed well. I like the dialogue and I enjoyed it, but like a 4 is on the upper end of what I was debating. So yeah, I'm going with 4.
I'm going to say one thing before I cut it off and I let the comments handle you. But you basically were like, if this was directed by someone else, if this was written by someone else, if this looked like something else, it wouldn't be this. You're right.
I'm saying if you took the frills off of it, like if you reduce the story down to its core, it's an empty core. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we are just okay. I have my opinion. You have your opinion. The comments will say what they will.
You can defend yourself. I didn't.
No. I defended myself for the last hour. It's news time, Austin.
TikTok, do your worst.
Yeah.
The Mediak average for this movie is a 5.1.
Fucking diabolical.
I think the average between me and Zach is an 8, and the average between you three is a 3, which makes sense.
I brought the average up off the record.
Speaking of 3 out of 10s,
I don't think much would have changed the average, though. I think I skewed us a lot. Zach and I were kind of opposites.
yeah, 2 out of 10 is fucking. I mean, I get it.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not sure why I didn't say 1 because I probably
give me the benefit of the doubt that it's like probably better than.
Give me 0.5, guys. Never mind.
What the fuck is going on?
Actually, I want to revise. Is negative scores possible?
No.
Yeah, like you could just
On the cast.
forget
Dude,
about it.
it was-
Just forget about the movie.
I understand not liking it, but like it's whatever. We got the title for the next Minecraft movie. It's called a Minecraft movie squared. We got an announcement of Hero Brian being in the movie, played by the guy who's in What We Do in the Shadows, the comedy show. We saw Kirsten Dunst as Alex. She said that she wishes. Well, the reason why she's Alex is because 2 years ago, someone asked her if she'd ever be in a movie like the Minecraft movie, and she said, "I'd love to be in the Minecraft movie. I would like to be in a movie that makes money." And I thought that was quite funny. So now she's in a movie that's going to make money. I don't know. Due to the success of Iron Lung and also the Backrooms, Markiplier is now cast to direct a Neon-led project. Neon is a up-and-coming film production company. I don't know if you guys know about that. They're like A24 in a way. He's going to be making another creepypasta movie called Smile Dog. That is a really shitty story on the internet, and Markiplier is now directing that movie. I think that they are taking both the correct and incorrect approach to the success of movies this year. Yes, give Markiplier more movies. It seems like people would really like for him to make more movies. I haven't seen Iron Lung, but I'm sure it's great, and I'm sure he's a great director. Don't give it Smile Dog. Let him make whatever he wants. Like the idea with the Backrooms is not that it's a creepypasta and that was successful about it. It's because Kane actually put effort into the movie, not that he just took an idea from the internet and made it into a movie. I think Markiplier will do as good of a job as he can, but I know the four of you haven't read the story, but it's absolute dog shit. Like, pun intended on that one. It is genuinely a horrible story. So I don't know how they're going to be changing that into a movie. And it's not even like an aspect of like it's a gross story. It's nothing. It's a dog that has human teeth and smiles, and ooh, it's scary. That's scary, guys. That's movie worthy. You know?
I just looked up a picture of it. This looks really stupid.
It is. It's
scary.
Yeah. So fun fact about that, it started with the picture and then someone wrote a story on the picture because they were like, ooh, I want to be creepy and explain this photoshopped picture of a dog with teeth.
Out of all the like creepypastas, they give him that one?
Yeah, literally the worst idea possible ever.
That's so unfortunate.
Speaking of them, so this is a fun piece of film history here. So Curry Baker, who is the guy who wrote and directed Obsession, he last week got the world record for youngest director to ever top the box office. This weekend, that record was broken already with Kane Parsons for directing The Backrooms. So Curry Baker was 26 last week, and that was the youngest director to ever top the box office. How old do you guys think Kane is? I don't think any of you guys actually know, right? He's 20 years old. He started making The Backrooms when he was 18. Like that's insane. Good for him, man. Really good for him. I hope he, regardless of what our opinions on that movie are, I really hope he continues to make movies. He's 20 years old. Like, even if this is like a terrible movie, he literally made a highest grossing movie at the box office at like 4 years younger than me. That's insane. That's actually insane. Pop off, dude. I can't wait to see other movies of his. I hope he becomes a very successful filmmaker.
What's his name?
Kane Parsons.
Okay.
We got a trailer for X-Men Season 2. I saw everyone getting really excited for that. I think it kind of looks butt cheeks. I know everyone's like really, 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 really excited about it. They're like, oh, X-Men's back. But there was like so much issues in the production of Season 2 of this show. And also, I'm not sure if any of you guys watched the trailer for it, because I'm pretty sure no one watched it. I think, Cassie, you watched X-Men Season 1, right? Or no? X-Men 97? No, okay.
I watched the first couple episodes.
2 episodes. Yeah.
Hey, you guys are in the
I
same
do
boat.
want to get around to watching that though.
Season 1 is great. Season 2 looks very cringe. Like, all the visuals look fine, but every aspect of the dialogue in this trailer was so bad. Like, there's...
You repeat what you're talking about again? I'm sorry.
X-Men 97 Season 2.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and there's just like... a point. Well, I mean, I know of all the issues with the making of this season, but there's a moment in the trailer in which Bishop goes, "We need to get the X-Men back to the 1990s," and I just was like, oh man,
no.
oh man, that was
no.
that was bad. And then at the end of the trailer, it ends with Wolverine doing a comic accurate pose saying, "Oh yeah, we're back, baby." And I just was like, what is happening? This is about to be the hardest fall off in season history, in TV show history, from season 1 to season 2. But I don't know, man.
How many years has it been?
3 years? 3 years?
Okay.
Just about. I don't know. All right. Earlier this week, I texted you guys and I said I can't wait to tell you guys about like the most excited movie of the year for me. I didn't even know this was coming out. I didn't know they were filming it until the trailer dropped, and I saw it, and I started screaming in my apartment at how excited I was about this movie. I don't know if everyone's going to remember this era of my life, but whenever I worked at Cohen Markets as their intern for a bit, I had a lot of time, like with most jobs in the office, and I was watching a certain TV show. And I'm pretty sure Chandler is going to remember this, but I watched all of To Catch a Predator like 6 times from start to finish. The primetime trailer looks amazing, dude. I was like punching my computer. I was running around. I was like, I cannot believe they're making a movie on Chris Hansen. Like this is crazy. Because like, what is it gonna be about? Like, there's so much stuff that happens on To Catch a, like, yeah, I know it's To Catch a Predator, but whatever. Like, do you guys know how that show ended? They caught a politician, and when they went to confront him, he killed himself. Like, and then there was like issues on whether or not they were allowed to even show the last 2 seasons of the show because the cops were so violently on the side of the predators that they were like, we can't show this to people because then their lives are going to be ruined. And there was just like so much stuff that happened on that, including Chris Hansen then getting arrested for tax evasion later on in his life. Robert Pattinson's playing him. Robert Pattinson is playing Chris Hansen.
That is awesome. Holy shit, I'm excited for that.
This movie is going to be amazing.
I didn't know what you were talking about before. You were like the best movies coming out. I went online. I was just like, I like looked up trailers and like things that released that day. Didn't see a single thing. I'm like, is he talking about X-Men '97? I'm like,
yeah,
why did
I
you
never would have guessed you were talking about The Catch a Predator.
I said the Toy Story trailer released that day. I'm like, he's not that excited for that.
I actually watched an interview with the director of the Toy Story movie, and I'm not interested in seeing that movie in the slightest. However, I very much enjoyed that director because he made WALL-E. He made something else. Crap, he made another really good movie. And someone straight up just asked him, "You made these good movies. Why are you making this?" And he said, "Well, because if I didn't, someone else would have messed it up." And I thought that was really, I liked that a lot. I really enjoyed that quote. I still think that movie's gonna be terrible, but like that was bars right there. I enjoyed that. All right. Last bit of news. This is the most important one. This is the one I was saying related to AI. This is one of the worst pieces of news I think we've had on the podcast, but that's my personal opinion of it. So Disney has convinced the home of Stan Lee to use him as an AI in Marvel movies going forward. And it was announced with an AI Stan Lee that says, "You know what they tell you about legends? They outlive the page."
That's really
So I like keep baking him into
Nope,
stuff?
they're just putting an AI person into the movies in certain scenes.
Fuck.
I hate that. I
All
hate
for
that
a little
really bad.
5-second cameo.
Yep, yeah.
That's crazy.
And the
That
way they
just,
announced it was so ghoulish. I hated it. Let's AI generate Stan Lee to announce the worst thing in the history of the universe. Love that.
That's really messed up. I really don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. I think if Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out and we find out that they use that in that movie, I'm removing it from the podcast window. And I'm sorry if you guys are like, you guys can perfectly go see it, but I'm not talking about that movie if AI generated Stan Lee is in it. And same for Doomsday. It's just not happening. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, what they add him into it? Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like if the reviews for Brand New Day come out and someone says AI generated Stan Lee is in this movie, I'm not going to get upset at you guys for going to see the movie. It's Spider-Man. Of course you're going to see it. We're not covering it on the podcast at all. And it's just I'm holding my ground on that. Sorry about that. If
I think that's fair. Or if we did cover it, it would just be an automatic one.
Yeah, honestly, like that's ridiculous. I think that's genuinely embarrassing that any company would think that that's okay.
It just I can't believe that they like agreed to that. It seems so disrespectful and tasteless.
How much
they would do that?
Yeah,
what would convince them?
That of bunnies.
Yeah,
I hope a lot. If they did it for like $50 in a handshake, I like what the hell are they doing? Like at least they hopefully got the bag.
They did it for butter in a pretty dress.
Awful.
I want to go find the video where they announced it. I know it's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. This world sucks. That's all my news, by the way.
But in bigger news, the Thunder aren't in the NBA finals.
That is true.
So
Yeah.
I saw that. First dynasty, baby.
Yeah.
Basketball.
My supervisor was quite excited about that. He started screaming whenever it happened.
Yeah, I was like just getting back, and I looked at my phone because I knew the game was going on. I looked and I saw the Spurs were up by like enough with like 6 seconds left. I was like, he did it. I was like, he did it. Chet is actually afraid of his own shadow because of he fears Wemby might be there. But cinema. It was fantastic. I'm going to go on a brief little thing because I think this is really funny. So
okay, I'm going to go pee then. I'm sorry.
My friend Skylar's two favorite teams in two sports is Arsenal and the Thunder. He had a horrible day yesterday. They both lost. My like hate watch meter, 10 out of 10. It was great. It was such a good day. Those teams suck. I hate them so much. They're both horrible to watch. One, they literally. This isn't a podcast for it. It was great. Cinema. The French own my friend, and that is fantastic. Okay, but
they foul bait. I heard that they foul bait, and a lot of people hate them for that.
Yeah, I'll describe this. So usually, whenever you're trying to like block somebody's shot, you jump like up and like toward them, right?
Yeah.
This one, he jumped to the side, so he jumped straight to the side. So he had a wide open three, and instead of Shea shooting the wide open three, he jumped into the player, faced away from the basket to draw the foul instead of taking the open shot. And
That's
he got
crazy.
That is dumb.
There was a compilation of, I think it was somewhere in the mid 40s for the number of times Shea fell on the ground just during this playoffs. And it was insane to watch. Like maybe there were 3 that were like, okay, I can see you falling to the ground. Every other one is just like, oh no, and then just falling like a baby for no reason.
I'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed to call out like my favorite player or like root for that team, and like that's how you win off of stupid like exploitations like that.
But they lost.
That's tough. I know. It's just even worse. Like, how do you try and dangle your way? And I don't know. That's low key embarrassing, humiliating, all the above.
Nah, they should have lost. But and then the other one, Arsenal lost on pens because their last like pen taker missed. So the worst way to lose in soccer, and then oh my goodness,
losing game 7 too. Weren't they up a bit or no? Am I mistaken? No, it was pretty even. Or no, I meant like
they're up in the series.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
it was like one game though. It was always like 1 up, even, 1 up, even, 1 up, even. Like it wasn't like 3-1 or anything.
Yeah.
My day was great. Yesterday was great. And then Arsenal abuses corner kicks, obviously. So both those teams suck to watch. But
it's a lot of flopping in both sports.
Soccer and basketball?
I would like a counter for the number of times the Thunder flop versus the average flop in a soccer game. I'd like to see that comparison.
To be honest, bro, soccer is just a bunch of pansies, bro. Like it's just boring as it is to watch, and like they
watch the Thunder.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, dude, I've watched a lot of sports because of my job recently. 100% basketball is worse.
I agree, but also it's like soccer. It's like people fall all the time, and whenever I played that all in high school and stuff, I know people like complain and cry and whatnot, but like it in the professional world, it's so much worse.
Have you watched a professional basketball game recently? It's like the same thing.
Look, sorry, no, I'm not saying it's worse than basketball. Sorry, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay.
It's worse than what I grew up playing, and I just can't wrap my mind around that, and I just don't watch. Not for that reason alone, but like that's one way. I just hate when people flop. It's just so bad.
I want to kind of give you like a piece of homework. I want you to watch like 5 minutes of the Spurs and then watch 5 minutes of the Thunder and see like the comparison.
I did see clips. Like I'm aware of like their flopping. That's why I brought it up and like the whole foul baiting. Like I know that that's why people hate them a lot and stuff. And I know basketball is like, there's a lot of that. There's just a lot of that. Like I knew the whole jumping into a block. So yeah, I think
they supposed to.
I know this is not the podcast to be talking about this, I suppose, but did people ever change that?
They were supposed to. It was supposed to be implemented this season. They started calling it the first couple games, and then they completely dropped it.
I'm just excited that referees are going to be held liable for some things. At least with the NFL, I heard that's happening. I hope that happens with the NBA too, because it's and refereeing is just a hard position. I think it's like being the president. It's very thankless. Okay, maybe that's not a great connection.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an interesting take. That's a wild take at this very moment.
Look, I think both are very thankless positions because you're just gonna hate. You're never gonna be on the right. Like no one's ever gonna love you. Not everyone. Excuse me. Not everyone's gonna love you essentially. So it's just a hard position, a hard role to fill. But like, come on, there's just there has to be corruption in some of these referees. There's just no way.
Your analogy made more sense once you complained that you're never going to make everybody happy, but it was still flat out
an interesting pick.
Wild. Yeah. All right, but Zach, how are we doing on time?
Oh, we're good. We're still under 2 hours.
So, Zach.
Yes.
What have you been watching then?
The Witch, basically.
No way. How many times?
Yeah, 3 times. I watched a movie called. I watched a lot of movies this week. Actually, I watched a movie called "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," which is like a somewhat retelling of the Odyssey, but through people like escaping old prison in the Great Depression era, like 1920s. It was a really good movie. It's a jukebox musical. I think I really appreciated not knowing that going into the movie because it made it so much more enjoyable. And it genuinely might be one of my favorite acting performances of George Clooney. It's a Coen Brothers movie, so if anyone knows those directors, that means something. They're quite good. We almost did a Coen Brothers movie next week, but my other thing on what we watching made me change next week's movie to the movie the next thing on what we watching, which is I watched The Backrooms by Kane Parsons, and I won't talk about that until next week because that's what we're doing on the podcast. So if you want that opinion, we just stay tuned to next week. Also, another driving factor for what made me want to do it next week is that it's popular. End of statement. Yeah, it's more popular than I thought it was going to be. So I was like, hey, why not? I'm sure that The Witch is not going to be a very popular episode for us. We need to have a little.
It might be,
back.
But not for the reason you think.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I started a Portal-like game called Chroma Gun, which is quite good. I'm very excited to keep going through it. I enjoy any game that's kind of like that. Instead of portals, it's related to paint. And then my last thing here, I'm continuing to read Absolute Batman, and I'm sure everyone's like seen things related to Bane and whatever, but he is so well done in this version. Like, not only is he a genius in multiple scenes, but he is like the most badass comic book villain ever. There's this one bit where Bane first meets Batman, and he's just like not like beating him in physical strength. He's beating him in the same fighting styles that Batman has. And Batman's like losing the strength in his arms and one of his legs, and he yells that I only need one leg to kick your juiced up ass. And Bane goes, "Juiced up? Friend, I haven't even used this stuff yet. but if you want to see what it does, and then Batman gives this face, and it's so fucking good, dude.
Oh no!
I know, dude. That joke, he was like, "God damn!" It is amazing. The Absolute Batman comic is my favorite run of Batman, and it's literally not even close. It's like it's making him poor, making him in the slums, and making his Bat family like his villains. That I can't properly express how much grounding that does to the character and make me like him so much more. Because like the fact that he has these people that are somewhat morally corrupt that he can go to and talk with, and sometimes he's more morally corrupt than them. And then on top of that, the spoiler, I know that they're just gonna get like massively messed up, and some of them are gonna still stay good guys. Like that's such an awesome concept to me. Also, he's poor. That makes him 10 times better. Love that. All right, that's the end of my thing here.
not the
Oh,
last
Cassie,
thing,
I'm so
though.
sorry. I forgot.
You're good. I took my headphones out. I heard
Okay.
you say spoiler, and I went, "Oh,
Shit. Yeah. All right, I'm done. Really, really good stuff. One of the best comics of Batman.
Zach, you're forgetting. Your PlayStation account played Call of Duty Black Ops 6 the one day.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's you though. that's not me.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Oh, so Chandler,
Yes.
what have you been watching?
A bit of
Feeling-
both watching and gaming. So yeah, what I was alluding to there was Mike, my roommate, we both wanted to play like Call of Duty, and we're getting a little tired of Space Island because it's so damn difficult, and we don't want to play World War II either. So I was like, wait, Black Ops 6 has split screen capabilities, but you have to be online, which is so stupid. You can't do local play, which is absurd. But I was going through my friends. I was like, who all has PlayStation Plus that could low-key bum their account off of? And I got to the very bottom and it said, I saw Zach. I was like, oh my gosh, let me cook.
The guy called me
Zach,
during work.
Zach was very, very generous and let us use his account to play. We got him some gobble gums too. So, he scratched our back, we scratch his back.
Oh yeah. As if you wouldn't have
so-
gotten the gobblegums from just naturally playing the game without
Yeah.
doing any extra work.
But yeah, no, that was pretty funny because I think you were at work when I called you. I was like,
Yeah.
"Are you busy right now?" Or no, I was like, "Are you on your PlayStation?" He's like, "I'm at work." I was like, "Oh, great." But yeah, so played a little bit of that. Played some Balatro. Showed Mike how that game works. It's just so much fun. Some Overcooked also. A lot of party games I'd say this past week. Lego Batman. I'm like slowly getting through that. I wish I did buy it day one because like I think it has the flaw of all Lego games where it gets just very like tedious and redundant, and at least for me, maybe because I used to play so much Lego in the past that it's just the formula is almost all it gets kind of the same, and it's just a lot to get through. But it's still really fun and very different. But it's a little monotonous. I feel like Vinland Saga finished season 1, halfway through season 2. This is my second rewatch, by the way. All in dub. I'm a lover now. I'm not a hater anymore. I used to despise dub just because it wasn't original, it wasn't how it was meant to be, yada yada this, and maybe it wasn't good at voice acting. But you guys kind of told me that Gachiakuta was different, actually better than sub. So I'm eager to go back and rewatch that the way you guys experienced it.
Yabber.
And also
So good, man.
Also, in the first season of Vinland, when Thorfinn like becomes like that teenager, he doesn't have like that kid actor anymore. I recognized the dude's voice. I knew his voice, and y'all know him too. He plays Invincible in Invincible Versus.
It's Steven Yeun. Oh, not Steven Yeun.
No.
Sorry. Alex Lee.
Alex Lee
was his Thorfinn.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit,
awesome,
it is.
bro. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
So I was like, I know this dude. I didn't look it up until season 2, but it is in fact him.
I love that.
So yeah. It's just he's such a good actor. Holy shit.
Yeah, he is,
And
dude.
he's in a couple other things too that I looked him up in. Like I think he's Zenitsu,
Yeah,
I think,
he is. Yeah.
in Demon Slayer. So maybe I have to watch that, rewatch that. But yeah, I kind of want to rewatch binge recently, and I picked up Crimson Desert. Picked
Again?
back up, Zach.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I
It's
needed
such
the
a good
break.
game,
I
yeah.
needed the break. Like the whole hack and slash. Like I got tired of that, but it's better now. Maybe it's because it's just been a while, but I like it a lot. It's so much fun. It's added so much. I don't know if you've been playing recently or.
I know they added like you can ride almost any animal. Like they added tigers and
Yes.
shit into the game that you can befriend and
Mhm.
pet and stuff.
Mhm.
I like that. I like a big cat.
Yeah. You know those legendary animals in the game?
Mhm.
Like if you kill them, I think you get like some ingredient or something that you can then like summon
Oh.
them with eventually. Something like that. So like
I didn't know that.
you could ride like a polar bear and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah, I did know you could ride those animals. Yeah, I didn't know that's how you
Yeah.
did it though. I thought you just had to
I-
tame them like the other
I
animals.
think I hope so because I kind of killed a lot of them. I hope I. Yeah, that's what I thought you were supposed to do, bro. It's like literally contracts to go hunt these animals.
Oh
You're
yeah,
not
no.
supposed to befriend them.
Yeah, no, you're good.
They added the update too late. What the heck? Yeah. Other than that, I think that's been just about it. Like, thanks for asking, Scott.
No problem. Hmm.
He's doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo in his head right now.
Yeah, I am. I really want to hear about one particular game. So, Cassie, what have you been watching?
I think I know what game you're asking about. I've been playing Lego Batman. Is that what you're asking about?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably taking a different approach to it than Chan. I'm trying to go through it a lot slower so that I don't burn myself out. Because it seems like Chan, that might be happening to you a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So I've hit like, where am I? I think I just wrapped up like the second part of, maybe not even, I don't know, like Falcone just got arrested. That's where I'm at right now, Chad. But I'm honestly, I'm just exploring. Like I have so much fun just running around the city. Like there's so much detail everywhere. There's so many Easter eggs. Like I really like this game. I really, really like this game. It's like it was made for me. I'm having so much fun. But I like, Chad, how many hours do you think this story is? Because I really don't want to get through it.
My friend beat the game in 31. He platinumed the game in 31 hours.
Okay.
But he's also like a diehard Batman fan and just kind of speed ran it on. It didn't take him a whole week to beat the game, essentially. Yeah, it was like
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
job for him. But
That's crazy.
I think, like, honestly, it's probably 20 to 30 hours of story and then the rest, little things, side quests and stuff like that
Okay.
around the map.
Yeah, like there's so many collectibles. I feel it's gonna take me
there's a
so
lot.
long. But like the zip line, like I don't even take the car. I just zip line everywhere.
I know. Can you
so
fly yet?
fun. Mm-mm.
Oh,
When I'm excited to get the glider. I'm so excited.
yeah.
Also, Chan, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the combat in the game? Like, does it get repetitive for you?
Yes. Ever since, like, there's just nothing new to it, really. I mean, if you just punch, you can maybe stun them and then, do your little quick punches, but
Yeah.
there's really nothing, like, there's really no dodging or combos to do. It's just punch. And
Yeah,
that's
just hit
what I got.
square for forever.
Yeah, I got a little tired of that. I mean, I like to do the stealth takedowns the most.
Those are
That's the
fun,
most
yeah. And
fun.
I like
Yeah.
how much like detail they put into that. Like every stealth takedown is different, and it's always some, like
Yes.
wacky attack. Like there's one he hits you with the frying pan. That was my favorite.
Or there's one he attaches a balloon to you and then pops it and you fall. Yeah. Those are goofy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know, I'll probably have more to talk about Lego Batman game next week. I've just been trying to kind of, like I said, take it nice and slow. The only thing that I at least remember that I watched this week was I watched Project Hail Mary again. One of my friends had never seen it and it was like, okay, I'll watch it with you. I'll watch it with you. Say less. So now I own it on digital. It's my movie now. I own it. I paid $20 and I can watch it whenever I want.
Cool. Digital. If it's digital, do you own it?
No, I don't.
I was saying like 10 years Amazon's going to change
Get
the
away
rule.
whenever they want. But I hope I get my $20 back.
You both,
I played
we all know
Rivals.
that's not happening. When they remove
I
your
know.
account, they're just going to take
I
it.
know. It's not right though.
Yeah.
Well, because like it was like 25 to buy it and 20 to rent it. And it was like, well, I might as well just buy it.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
for real. True.
Because that's ridiculous. Why am
That
I?
is ridiculous.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've been playing Rivals here and there, not as much as I usually do. I don't know. This season is just kind of either that or I just am burnt out. But the streets, and by the streets I mean 2 of my friends, are saying that Cyclops is going to be a support. And if
I
he's
did
a
see
support,
that,
I'm
yeah.
going to start playing Rivals again. I'm going to get back into it again. I need to learn him because I really like Cyclops.
His Chronovium in the game is a plus sign, and people think that means heal.
Well, that, and people are also saying, I think he's going to be a tank. I'm not going to lie, but everyone is like, well, they wouldn't do a double tank season, and they just put out a DPS, so he's going to be a support. We'll see.
I don't think he's a tank because in the most recent map they have his like actual in-game model in it, and he's not very big.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
like he's like yoked, but he's like 6 flat and like about the size, like slightly bigger than Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought he was like huge. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't
Well,
really
he got
explored
the
that new map
muscles.
like at all. Yeah, he is yoked.
yeah.
But yeah, if he's a support, I'm locked back in.
Me
I'm
too,
so
yeah.
back into Rivals. Because that's my main role.
'Cause
I love
it's-
playing
it's
support, and I'm not
Cyclops.
good
It's
at anything
fucking
else.
Cyclops. Oh, dude, I'd make out
what
with him
else?
like right now. You see his
Who,
beard?
Cyclops?
Yeah, you see his beard in the caged up version of him? God damn, bro.
Oh yeah. Dude, that needs to be his release skin. That's
It's-
really important to me.
It's probably going to be, yeah. It's so good, dude.
Oh,
Guys
yeah.
like naked, love it.
It's great.
My vote is
You
for
know-
Scott to have as little clothes as possible.
Rivals need some more like goon equality. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
yeah, dude. It doesn't have enough.
No. Like all the women are like butt booty naked. I want some equality.
Hey, there's that
Anyways.
Magneto skin that's basically just his thong in the most recent
What
battle
about
pass.
Venom? He's
Oh,
It
got
doesn't
yeah.
count. It
Yeah.
doesn't count. Unless you're into
Loki
that, then I guess it
Namor?
would, but I'm not.
Namor might count. I'd count Namor a little bit.
The only Loki one that I would count is like the swimsuit skin, and even
That's
that.
what I was thinking
uh,
of.
Yeah.
yeah. And
It
like,
can still be more goonable.
It
the
definitely
new
could.
Hela skin is absurd.
That is insane.
Absurd.
I did not see this. I need to look it up. What's the skin
You
called?
should go look at it.
Hella Savage Land
That's
skin.
I'm like, I just want to like see the extremes that they can go.
It's absurd.
Hella
It's
Savage
really-
Land.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And the craziest part about that one is that it's in like the Savage Land Battle Pass or whatever. And like that skin is the only Savage Land aspect of that entire Battle Pass. And it's not even the legendary skin.
Oh,
It's all. Isn't that absurd?
what? Is she wearing anything?
Barely.
No, like not
from
really.
waist up?
Holy.
Chandler's
I
reaction
didn't
to it.
think they could go with that like lack of clothes. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think that was an option. Oh my
Rogue's is
god.
bad.
R
too.
is low.
Rogue's I don't know the name of it, but her
Her battle
cowboy.
pass skin is also
It's
absurd.
insane. Like I don't think the top is as bad, but the bottom is like, are
She
there
has
really
underpants.
supposed to be shorts? Like, come on, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I need to get on the phone with Double G. I have some complaints, man.
Guang Guang, where are her pants?
Guang, I need to talk to you.
Yeah,
This is why
Oh
there's
my
a stigma towards anime and any adjacent material.
yeah, I
It's-
get it.
Like people, I feel like
No.
refer to Rivals as like a gooner game, and like, I get why
Yeah.
because it's absurd. You know, it gets to a point, but whatever.
Congrats. No, I'm kidding. It's just like all the people. It's not a gooner game. It just.
It's not. It's right.
People do say that in the
that's
comments. though.
gooning.
You're nitpicking. Only like 2 people own those skins, and I'm both of them.
And it's like this.
It's crazy that people
Yeah,
actually have that opinion, though. Like, if you look at comments of people saying, like, oh, the Hella skin is so gooner, they're like, what are you talking? It sells. It doesn't matter. Shut up, dude. It's, like, actually good for the game. Like, all right.
Well,
What are you
good for
even
you,
know?
I guess.
Yeah, good for you.
What do you
bro.
even know? They're animated characters. If you think about them like that, that says more about you than the game.
Yeah, stop sexualizing them as she's naked.
Yeah, absurd.
How about go
Uh,
outside and talk to people?
I don't think a lot of Rivals players do that. I'm
No.
gonna keep it a buck with you. That
No.
doesn't happen.
No.
At least people in my lobbies.
Oh, no.
No. I think I started and beat It Takes Two in the last time that I saw you guys. That game is really good. I really, really liked it. Because I played Split Fiction, I finished that, and I played It Takes Two, and we beat that. I don't know what I like better. I like that It Takes Two was shorter, but I think Split Fiction was probably more fun, and it was like a more fleshed out game. But they're both very good. And then we're gonna play A Way Out, which is also by the
Ooh.
same developers. So I will let you guys know which of the three I like the best.
I heard that
So you
was the
finished It
worst
Takes
one.
Two.
Mhm.
I couldn't like get interested enough into split fiction. Like I dropped it a couple
Really?
times. Yeah, I love It Takes Two. I think It Takes Two has an amazing story from
It does.
beginning to end, and I love those mini games and mini games throughout there. I beat my friend in every single one, and the only one he beat me is because I couldn't play his position. You know how it's like
Really?
the guy and the girl, and they're
Yeah.
some of them are like hard stuck with whatever their role is. He had the easier role, and I couldn't beat him no matter what. It was the one where like you bob up and you have to whack him like whack-a-mole.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't get him on that. Like that's a broken mini game. The roles were
Yeah, it's
reversed.
definitely easier
undefeated.
for Cody for sure.
Yes, but I couldn't get this. Like I was hoping for the same appeal with split fiction, but I
Yeah.
didn't quite get that. I don't
How
know.
far into it did you get? Like what level? Do you remember?
We definitely did like the one where you're like the sci-fi moving like cars and stuff, like flying
Mhm.
cars. We're definitely past that. Past the pig one. Do you remember that one?
I do. That one was dumb.
I don't know. Like, are those early? Those are early.
Those
don't
are
get me
very
wrong.
early. I say keep going until you try one of the like fantasy levels because I think those ones are more fun than the sci-fi ones.
What about the one where you're being chased by like trolls?
Okay, that's the first one of those.
Okay.
But I think it's worth it to keep playing and finish. It took us like a couple months to beat Split Fiction. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really long game, and we did It Takes Two in a week. But I don't know. I think where it hurts Split Fiction is that the levels are just really long, and it kind of drains you a little bit. Like it's not quick like It Takes Two, unfortunately. But like it's really fun. I like the boss fights in Split Fiction better than I did in It Takes Two, if that means anything to you.
Yes. No, the boss fights are pretty fun. I just wish there was more mini games. I was really hoping for mini games. That's what I loved about It Takes Two.
Yeah, so there aren't mini games. They're like the side stories, and those are like the mini game equivalent.
Like that pig one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I think probably if I had played It Takes Two first, I would have been bummed out about the no mini games, but because I didn't have any like expectation, it didn't really bug me.
Okay.
But yeah, I think definitely try it again. It's a really fun game, and some of the levels are just really good, and you get really cool powers. Like I remember there was like a dragon level that I had a lot of fun with, and there's one where you can like shapeshift. It's fun. It's definitely worth it to keep playing.
Okay.
What else? We've been playing Outlast 2 here and there. I want to play that with you guys. I think that would be really funny. Listen. I mean, I like horror, but I think when you're playing like a horror game with your friends, it turns into something that's silly and stupid and fun and not scary. That's just me. I don't know if you guys.
Can we try Faz before we get to Outlast? I need to like work my way up there.
Yeah, Faz is definitely a lot less scary than Outlast. Outlast is more like gory, but I mean, it's it's a video game. It's not like anything too absurd.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I tried
Faz is definitely a lot
once,
scary.
and I thought it was kind of boring. In all honesty,
What game?
Well,
Outlast.
I'm talking about the Outlast
Trials,
Trials. Yeah, it's not boring. I promise, it's not boring because you're going through like a trial when you're trying to like do some horrible thing, and then you have all these god awful creatures chasing you, and you have to like kite them and stun them and still do the objective. Like, there's always a lot going on, and it's fun. I really enjoy that game. I think I have like 40 some hours in it now, which is kind of absurd, but I don't know. Also, for only talking about 5 things, I feel like I talked for forever.
Well, you
I'm
and
so
Chandler.
sorry.
No, it's okay. You and Chandler were talking about the one game thing, the 2 games made by that one guy.
But yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
team.
I'm starting. Those guys.
There.
I'm starting a way out today, so I will let you guys know what I like the best out of the 3 when I finish that. Okay,
I have heard that's the
I'm
worst
sorry.
one though. No, you're good, dude. I heard that was the bad one.
That was the first one that they did, right?
I
So
think
like
so.
I don't have a whole lot of expectations, and then after that, there was like one that you play as like a little ball of yarn looking thing. I have no idea what the name of it is.
Yes,
no one knows, right?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it though.
But I think that's by a different developer. So we might play that too if it goes on sale. What else? Oh, sidebar. Have any of you played Directive 8020?
No, but I know there's like a YouTuber I've watched that's in it.
Because I stumbled upon it and I was like, "Ooh, space! Ooh, a story game in space! This seems like my thing." But I don't want to spend $50 on it if it's terrible.
I mean, I know
That's
it's
what
one
I'm
of those
asking.
dark picture games, and I have never heard anything good about any of those games ever. So,
Oh, really?
so I'd say probably stay away from it.
Okay,
Because like,
that's all I needed to know.
well, everyone thought that
It's-
this like universe of dark pictures games was canceled or like dead until this came out, and people were
Hmm.
like, "Oh, they still had enough money to make this." So
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's all I needed to know.
I
Okay,
also
I'm done now.
hate games like that. I think they're kind of a waste of time. Just make a movie, you know?
Sure. Well, I like games like that. Like I love Dispatch. Like whenever I
Until
think of a
Dawn.
story game, I think of Dispatch, and like this is awesome.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
I don't think I like those games. I think they all max out at like a 7 out of 10.
He didn't even know he did it.
Well, you said Until Dawn, but it's
Yeah, you're-
different because the
oh, okay.
movies like they just didn't adapt it, you know?
Yeah, but if the game wasn't there, like the movie still stands. Like it is. Like
It
what
still
the-
would be a bad movie. It would be slightly less
Yeah,
bad, I
I
guess.
agree. I agree.
All right, whatever. Skylar, take it away.
Austin,
Yes, guy.
what have you been watching? And is Ultimate Spider-Man in there?
No, actually, I haven't done that this week. This week was I was mostly in mourning this week because I had
To watch The Witch?
a traumatic event. No, that was just a cherry on top of the grave that I had already dug. So I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 8. Yeah.
Mm,
No.
Yeah, it's
that
done.
is sad.
I mean, there's supposedly like the finale is going to be like a part 1, part 2 thing, and I think it's going to come out. It seems like in the next year, and I'm hoping they release like at the same time because I saw Matt Dinman talking about it, and he's writing it together. So I'm like, I have a little bit of hope that it's all coming out as one. But this is the first time in the last, I don't know, 3-4 months that I haven't had Dungeon Crawler Carl to listen to. And I am distraught. I don't know what to do. My life is just so drastically different now. And there's a gaping Carl-sized hole that I don't know how to fill. and Carl's massive, so it's impacting me. But yeah, it was good. It was really good. I love the ending to it. This floor wasn't my favorite necessarily, but the ending was crazy, and it's just getting into the lore of the universe so much, and I love it. And I've relapsed, and I've like gone back and just started like there's just parts of my day that I've gotten so accustomed to that I just like listen to Dungeon Crawler Carl because I love music. And that has, I think, prior to Dungeon Crawler Carl, it's filled a lot of those gaps, like while cooking or driving to work or coming back, and just things where I'm doing other things, but I want to be like mentally focused on something else. And I've just had the audiobooks to listen to, and I don't now. And so I threw on, I think, like book 3 or something while I was doing some other stuff, and it felt bad because I was just like, I can't do this. I can't just always go back to this audiobook, and like there's no productivity in it, and I like the idea that I was being somewhat productive while I was doing dumb shit. Yeah, it's been tough.
Find you some audiobook Rex, Austin. I feel bad.
Yeah, but that's like the part is like am I an audiobook person now? Like, do I have to have that? I think I might.
Unfortunately, once you start listening to audiobooks, especially like the movie in your head kind of thing, like I can't go back to just reading. Like I need it now.
Yeah.
It takes me so much longer to finish books.
Yeah. No, I need like the like sound booth ones because they're just so good, and I know that like Jeff Hayes is like the peak of audiobooks, so it's anything. And I recognize sound booth has like some really other cool things, but I can't imagine anything's going to be an improvement on what I've already experienced. So it's been a sad week. I'm gonna get to Ultimate Spider-Man. I've got the like new copy that I ordered. I showed Martian Manhunter, like Absolute Martian Manhunter. I need to do that. I have the Vinland Saga deluxe book that I need to read. I've got more than enough things, but I'm just like, it's been tough moving on. Besides that, I've continued the Chinese drama I've been watching, The Pursuit of Jade. actually really good. I'm like, I would recommend it. It's fun.
He
It's
has
getting
to leave. I'm
confusing
gonna
with the
get some
Chinese
I'll
lore.
be right back.
Okay.
Tyler's main host for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, congrats on the promotion, Sky.
Thanks. Hard.
Yeah, and it's really just Dungeon Crawler Carl, Pursuit of Jade, and then yesterday I watched Obsession. And since Zach isn't here, I can say this. I actually wasn't going to because I feel bad for how much I've rage baited him so far this episode. But like, God, it was so nice going from the one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen in my life to literally the best horror movie I've ever seen. It was so incredible.
Is it like actually scary? Because I keep seeing clips of people like having to leave the theater and like freaking out. Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I was smiling during the majority of that movie. I thought it was so funny. Like in like not even in the horror movie way where it's trying to be scary and then it's funny, but like I think it leans in to the goofiness of horror at times and it's genuinely funny, but it's also just genuinely horrifying. Like I got back to my apartment last night and I was like kind of a little bit freaked out. Like, I was like slightly scared, and it's literally just like this girl walking weird, but it was just stuck in my mind, and it's kind of freaking terrifying. I don't know. I don't know if I'd put it like there were never points at like where I wanted to walk out. It was incredibly entertaining. And I would watch it again, like genuinely. I feel like it's something we should do on the podcast because of the level of like how popular it is right now. Yeah, I watched that last night. You missed that part, but it was so good, man. Like it was funny. It had me drawn in every minute. It was suspenseful. The scares, I'd say most of them, like it does a really good job of not being obvious when they're coming most of the time. I think it has a bit of a formula that like I caught on to like halfway through the movie. So I saw like one in particular coming, but it was damn good, man. I don't know if I've ever enjoyed a horror movie that much. I'm not a big horror movie person, but I would highly recommend this to almost anyone.
Is it made by former YouTubers?
It was the like skit guys from like it was the Curry Baker.
He is on YouTube. Yeah. He makes skits, essentially, what Austin said.
And I watched his skits. Like I watched his skits for like years.
Cookie Monster. You guys remember the Cookie Monster one?
Dude, the one that always comes in my head is his friend that's like, "Hey, do you want to come to the beach?" And he's like, "What? No, man. Why would you want that?" And he goes, "So you're not coming to be?" Of course not. Why would I do that? It's so funny to me for some reason.
It is. He has that exact same like sketch idea in like 3 different versions. He's like, he was in like a car accident. His friend like goes like to him. He's like, "Yeah, man, I came for you." He's like, "You came for me?" He's like, "Yeah. I came with my uncle." And he's like, "You came with my uncle?" It's like, "Yeah, we came together." And it's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he gave me, like, we came in his car." He's like, "You came in his car?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was great. It was nice. He like gave me a ride." And he's like, "What?"
He's so funny.
Yeah, my TikTok feed has been like 80% his video just coming back up, and it's just so funny that guy made like off, I think it was like $750K, like one of the most successful horror movies of all time, and he's just making like
it is actually the most successful horror movie of all time, by the way. Yeah.
It's insane. It was so good.
Under $1 million.
So incredibly good. Yeah, I almost want to see it again. Like it was. Yeah,
one of us should have picked it for the thing because like, because I don't know. I've always planned on subtracting the cost of the movie to create like the total income of what we are doing for fantasy. This movie would have blown away like every other movie on the list just because it cost like $900,000 to make, and it's on like $400 million right now. Like that. No, I was gonna say that might be about as much money that Doomsday makes, but that's not true. Doomsday is $400 million, by the way. So I don't know whoever had that, but whenever I saw that, I was like, Oh wow! Good luck,
I didn't know
Cassie.
you were going to subtract that.
Yeah,
That
we
would have
didn't
been
specify that. What are you
information
talking
that I
about?
would have liked to be
It's-
privy to, Zach.
Total making of the money. Well, I mean, let's be honest here. Doomsday's making $2 billion, so like it honestly
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
We did. gross
I
it,
want that
not
extra
net.
400 million.
Nah.
Yeah, Sky, say that again.
We did
Gross.
grossing, not net. So gross is just the amount it brings in without anything subtracted
Boom.
out.
That's fine. I mean, this still would
If
do
we-
a shit ton of money.
I think
one of
if
us
we
picked
do
it.
another one next year, net would be fun.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But
We
I
should
would-
do another one next year. Also, can someone send that spreadsheet again? Because I don't remember what movies I have besides Doomsday. I'm not going to lie to you.
I got you. It's on a Google
Thank
Doc.
you.
I'm pretty sure it's shared with you, but I'll forward it.
I just don't know where it is.
Austin, is that everything for you?
That is everything for me.
Okay. Chandler, I need help.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Sky,
what have you been
What have you
watching? That was one of the worst ones we've ever done, but I honestly think it was
Really?
pretty
Oh,
funny.
that's really good for me.
Yeah.
It sounded really bad for me.
Yeah, we were all talking at a completely different time because like my timing was off with Chandler, and then you guys just started right after Chandler started or something like that. It was funny. It was good stuff.
Haven't been doing too much because I have my like work schedule is really weird because I have like 3. It's basically like I work 4 months, not 4 months, 4 weeks, but within those 4 weeks, there's like 3 different times where I'm away or completely off of work for a week. So it's very weird. It makes those 4 weeks like around it very bad. Yeah, but that's a whole different thing I can go on. But I'm almost done with season 1 of Mystery Incorporated. I've seen 1 episode of Be Cool Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo Guess Who. And I was with a friend of the podcast, Kyle, and we were just checking them out because they're like ones that, you know, they're probably bad. They're like newer. Guess Who literally is with a celebrity just in the episode, and then Be Cool looks really weird. And I've talked about it on here before. We loaded up episode 1. Each of us had like 30 seconds, and we've seen 2 characters, and we guessed who the villain was, and we were right both times. So that's anything. But that was really funny. Like in Scooby Doo Guess Who, the Guess Who, it was a golf one. So you'd be like, oh, it's probably like a golfer, right? Chris Paul. Yeah, wild. Yep. My reaction. He wasn't even introduced in the beginning. I just saw him at the end unmask a villain. And if you look at it, that Chris Paul looks nothing like Chris Paul. It is straight up not Chris Paul. It's just his voice. And in the credits, it says Chris Paul as himself, which is really funny. Yeah, but it's been that. I just need to read the newest chapter of One Piece that dropped for me like 30 minutes ago, and I'm caught up. But other than that, like I've seen a couple episodes of New Girl, and that's it. It kind of lost most of its appeal for me.
It
It's
peters off. I think.
starting to be the same thing,
Fair.
just way too long
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah. But I do want to watch. There's like a ton of things like I want to watch and I want to play. I've been on the verge of buying Batman for like a week and a half now, and I'm not letting myself because I have so many other things I need to do. And maybe by the time I finish them, the game will be on sale and I can get it cheaper. So
I
I'll
still
save
haven't
money.
gotten it, by the way, for Amazon update. I haven't
Oh my
gotten it
God.
yet. I called them and I said I would like my money back, and I regret doing that because I know that he put a ticket in for me to never get it. You know, I was like, I would like to get my money back and also the game. And he goes, oh yeah, we'll do that for you, but you have to call back in and do this after the game arrives. And that to me made me think the game's never arriving now. It's never arriving, and they're banking on me canceling it so that I never have to like get my money back. But I'm just gonna keep calling every single week because like,
I call daily.
yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. It's clobbering.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's one day.
But that was a good. I thought that was funny. Okay, but I have other games to play. Like I'll get it whenever I get it, and then I'll get it for free, and then $90 as well because they said that. So We'll see.
If you want to be really annoying, you can call like every couple hours. Be like, hey, still not here, by the way. Is there any update?
Yeah, I was
Hey,
gonna say,
still not here, by the way. Any update?
I was gonna
you
call-
should be a lot more annoying about this.
I've been calling once a week. I might start calling every day because they always like they have a script. They go, oh, within 24 hours you'll see a change to your thing and something like that. And I'm just gonna say, oh, so I'm gonna call him and I'll be like, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you're gonna tell me it's in 24 hours. I'll see some sort of change, and then after that 24 hours, I'll call back, tell the next person in 24 hours it'll be another change. You just keep looping. I'd be like, give me actually double the amount of money back. Actually, that's what I want now. I want two Batmans.
Like, I could have invested this money. I want at least 10% back.
Well, I'll say that. I'll be like, I
Plus.
pre-ordered the game because you pre-order the games with the intention of getting them on the day that the game releases, and it's now 3 weeks after the game has come out. So I would like interest, please.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you're never getting interest, but you'll get your money back probably. But-
I don't even. I wouldn't even
Keep
say
getting
that,
it
bro.
huge.
Like I'll get my money back whenever I cancel my order, and I won't get Batman. That's what they're banking on. But whatever.
Yeah.
That's
But that's all I have. So thanks for making it all the way. Depending on your opinions on The Witch, this is either a great episode or a horrible episode. Entertaining nonetheless. But
if you like Chandler's,
whatever.
Skylar, or Cassie's opinions, then you might not like this podcast just because it was only me and Austin.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. But thank you for sticking all the way to the end. Let us know what you thought about The Witch down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We're still trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end. So anything you do, even just watching the video the whole way to the end, is greatly appreciated. Next week was a secret movie. It is revealed to be The Backrooms after a change. So next week we'll be doing The Backrooms. So we're going. Will this be 3 consecutive weeks with a horror? Like something classified as a horror?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So be back next week for Backrooms. Hopefully we have a better opinion on it. And I think that's all. I kind of talked myself into a loop.
No, you're good. So the other movie, the secret movie, the one that's in the schedule right now, the SO whatever, is a movie called The Son of the White Mare, and it was going to be a Hungarian folklore told through watercolor painting. It's an hour and 30 minutes, made in 1988. So that's what we were going to do until I was like, whatever. I saw The Backrooms. I want to talk about it a bit. So you guys got saved from watching a very pretentious
That sounded
artsy
kind of
movie.
cool, actually.
It is really cool.
Like-
It's really cool. Yeah.
Like-
We'll do it eventually. I know that, but just saying that's what the movie was going to be.
I'm gonna do that, not Fantastic Mr. Fox. Let's see how it is.
Oh.
Ask Skylar, dude. Like this is this is ball knowledge. That one was because the Son of the White Mare has been on the schedule for a while. I just been very 50-50 on if I actually wanted to commit to it, but we're not. So we're going with Backrooms. going through
Go
Ken Parsons' thing.
Backrooms.
Yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the movie even more so, actually. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week with Backrooms. Hope you guys had fun. See you.
Have a great time.